Yeah, we're and also too, while you guys are listening to this, if you could do us a huge favor, I apologize for any audio issues in advance. Hopefully there are none. I think I fixed it. There is something going on with OBS. I can't even update it. It's real weird. It started several months ago. I've been trying to adjust the mic quality that I'm having here. Sometimes it'll sound like I'm botting out when my highs get too high. Hopefully I have fixed it. So you guys let me know if it sounds good. We got Mr. Doctors J Rod 358 says, no worries, you're gold now. Okay, good. So if you guys hear me like botting or something like that, let me know. I think I figured out the problem and I think I fixed it. So in case I didn't, please let me know. All right. But yeah, like I was saying before no audio was available, we watched the Game Awards. You saw our live reaction. And I need to tell you, Game Awards were doo-doo. They were poop soup, doo-doo soup. And it made me really think about our coverage, what's going on with Jeff Keighley's show, every influence that it has on the gaming community, all that stuff. I kind of did a live stream on Twitch yesterday. So if you're interested in catching that again, I'm gonna try to do those like once a week, preferably every Saturday for like a quick hour, 45 minutes to an hour, where I'll go over the week's news and then we'll chop it up of videos over here. So if you don't want to go to Twitch, you can chill over here. But if you do go to Twitch, you can go over there and support us with the free Prime sub over there on Twitch as well. But kind of talked about it yesterday. We're going to talk to a panel today about it, give our thoughts. What's up with the Game Awards, man? Like, I pulled out my spreadsheets of the last three shows. I'm going to do it again today. And the last three shows, as far as presentations are concerned, have been extremely lackluster. Extremely lackluster. There's pros and cons for Friday or Thursday show. We'll get into all that. But that ending trailer, my God, that was the one that sent alarm bells off to me. But we're going to get Cold Blood's thoughts on all this. If Juice joins us, I didn't reach out to Juice and give him the new time. I had to push this back 2 hours because we got like 1.5 feet of snow here in Pennsylvania. We were only expecting 2 inches. And we ended up getting 1.5 feet, and so I was out there shoveling all that crap. Mr. Doctors J Rock says, oh, for future reference, if you call out my comments to make it easier for you, just call me J Rod if that's all right with you. Think of A Rod. No, that's cool. But YouTube again is messing with stuff, J Rod, and they put you guys' whole government out there for the user's name, so it kind of confused me a little bit. But no, that's cool. Appreciate it, brother. All right. So let's get right into it. Cold Blood, the Game Awards. Like, fuck it. Let's just pull the scab off right now. What did you give the Game Awards out of 10 and why? Cold Blood. Is Cold Blood muted? Is he muted and muted again? Cold Blood, you there, brother? He might have stepped away. Okay. So we'll wait for him to come back. When he comes back, he can give his score. I'll give my score first. I gave the Game Awards a 5 out of 10. I might even go lower. Now, people may hear that and they may say, Moss, no, that's not fair. That's not good. What the hell are you talking about? The show was good. All that stuff. What the hell's wrong with you? Yada, yada, yada. Oh, there, he's back. Hello?
Can you hear me now?
No, I can hear you.
Okay. No, I said I didn't even think about it because it was that bad. Like, what can you give something you really do not even give a fuck about? Yeah, probably something in the from 5 to fucking 1, somewhere in there.
Yeah, between one of yep. No, I agree. Why would you give it that low of a score? Why would you personally do it?
From all the games I saw, the only 2 games I am really interested in right now, Resident Evil, which I really did not need another fucking trailer for. And that new Tomb Raider looks fun.
Okay. People were saying, Cold Blood, that the game was the game showed a lot of great games. There wasn't a lot of fluff, and people like you and I, all we do is complain. We're not, we're looking for things to hate on. What would you? Because I've been seeing that all weekend. What would you say to people that feel that way, that feel like that we all should have loved this show?
Well, if you lower your standards that much, say this was great. Keep going then. You're gonna get your high guards.
Yeah.
Even more fucking dog shit shooters that nobody asked for.
Yeah, you go, Queen. You if you like that shit, you go, Queen. I got you. Yeah. So if you like it, I love it. Yeah, my score is like a 5, the highest. I'm thinking to go to 4 after reflecting on it. I might go to 4, and here's why. In my opinion, what they showed wasn't awful. It just wasn't interesting. And so if you take what they showed, and when I say, I'm not saying there weren't any interesting games for me sit there. I'm talking about the overall product. When you take the fact that the overall product just simply wasn't interesting, and you cap it off with the worst fucking game that I ever think that the Game Awards ever ended its show on, you just got to get a low score based off of that. Just off of that. Why? Because in my opinion, and I talked about this before, Jeff Keighley, his contribution to the gaming community is not that he's a wealth of knowledge. It's not that he's entertaining. His contribution to the game community is that he has connections. I think the connections that helped put him to the forefront was his connection to Hideo Kojima, and more importantly, his affinity for PlayStation. I think the combination of the two helped boost him a little bit, helped get him into more doors or whatever, and then he just flew from there. But it was his connections. And us expecting those connections leading to him having conversations with game makers and them giving us a view of what's coming down the pike through him, like showing us trailers that they will only do for him, at that point in time. I'm not saying Control's trailer would never come out, but it coming out, it being a 3-minute trailer, them putting the resources into it, them doing the show that they did, the warm up to it, and all the stuff. They did that for Jeff. Why they do that for Jeff? Because Jeff created a show that leans on his connections, that is seen by millions of people in the world, all over the world. That's what we're looking for. It's not the awards. I'm not saying fuck the award recipients, just fuck the awards. They don't matter. Juice and I, was talking about it. Cold Blood came in here, and I don't disagree with Cold Blood, but he was right in his sentiment. Like, fuck the awards, they don't matter. You know what I'm saying? It just makes for great discussion. But your thing are these trailers. And it's not just that it was bad. It was, mediocre and bad at the end. It was bad at the end because you only can show what you can show. But it was bad at the end because someone clearly paid you to put that trailer at the end, in my mind. I have no evidence. Let's put the disclaimer out here. I have no evidence of this. I have no proof of this. This is all coming from the gut, which my gut has been working for me for the most part for all these years. I'm telling you, from my gut, someone paid them to put that trailer at the end. I'm not the only one that, excuse me, I'm not the only one that feels that way. There's other people that feel that way too. I had put out a tweet not too long ago about this, a couple days ago, as a matter of fact. Let me see if I can find it. Where, here it goes right here. Web full page. Where the genius and the bright person, Paul Tassi, says, High Guard currently sitting at the golden 1-to-10 Concord dislike ratio on YouTube. Hard to understand how tired people are of new live hero shooters. The craziest thing was to think you could close the show with this, however. And Tom Henderson comes in and says, hold on, Paul, stop eating fucking lead chips for breakfast. Like, wake up, dude. Snap out of it. Snap out of it. And he quotes him. Quote, the craziest thing was to think you should close your show with this, however, end quote. No, there was no thinking. There was probably a checkbook involved and it was all systems go. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Tom. As you guys are rolling in, hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. We appreciate it. Also, do me a favor. We are working on some audio issues on my mic. Cold Blood's mic is fine. We're working with some OBS audio issues. So if I sound like I'm botting out at all, please let me know in the chat so I can, quickly address it and fix it. It's one of two things. And I think we addressed it, but in case you hear me botting, just let me know. But yeah, this was not like a misfire from Jeff, in my opinion. Somebody wrote him a check. Again, I have no evidence to this. I have no proof. I just have common sense. With that said, now I'm bouncing back to my brother Cold Blood. Cold Blood, think happened? Why do you think this trailer was at the end? I mean, and again, if you think I'm way off or I'm out of bounds, definitely let me know. But why do you think this trailer happened when it happened? Was it just Jeff being out of touch, or do you think someone greased some palms or whatever?
Well, to not be a conspiracy theorist, I would say Jeff just has no fucking idea what was going on with Concord and how bad that went over with gamers.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted everybody to know, this some of the Titanfall and Apex Legends developers got this shit. This is life changing. This is gonna save your marriage. like something like that, bro. That's what he was thinking. He wasn't thinking about, holy shit, this game is literally the antithesis of what everybody wants right now.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair. That's fair. Like I said, I have no proof of this. I'm just going off my gut. Matter of fact,
no, listen. If you put that trailer somewhere in the middle of the show, and it was only appealing to the most competitive fucking gamers out there, like they want to fucking shooters and shit, it would have gone away much better.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody would have been pissed that some fucking live service game is announced at the Game Awards, like that as if that's the first time.
Yep.
No, but I think that as the one more thing, You have no fucking sense at all of what's going on in the gaming industry at all. If that is what you want as the one more thing.
Yep.
I'm not gonna say this trailer was paid way more money for than the rest. I don't think so. I think this is just what Jeff thought is gonna be the game to put as the last one, like hyping people up because it's coming out so soon.
Yep. Okay. I'm putting up a poll for this, and we got some interesting comments in the chat. I definitely want to get into.
Bro, and if that shit was paid for, they did great. They did great because that press is still press for the game.
Yeah, but I don't know. Me personally, I don't know if in this case, this is kind of like
everybody's talking about it now. Nobody would be talking about it if it was just a random trailer somewhere in the middle.
This to me is in the vein of Dragon Age Veilguard press, where it's like, you don't want that type of press.
Yeah, okay, but Dragon Age Veilguard, at first it was the art direction that they chose that was fucking dog shit. And after people found out what's in the game itself, that was bad PR as well.
Yeah. I mean, that did come after. Yeah, but that PR part, I think, is a product of that bad PR part. Even though they didn't put it out there, people discovered it. I think people are reacting to Highguard that way. They're just like, we don't want. Like, let me give you an example. Or you tell me if you agree with this or not. You can try to say the same thing about Concord. Like, if Concord wasn't the game that Sony was trying to put out there as like one of the 2 AAA games that they put out there a year now, because they fizzled down to 2 consistently. But if it wasn't one of the 2 AAA games that they put out there from their first party, I don't think it would have. It probably would have done a little bit better because people wouldn't have been so mad about it. I think people's reaction was, "Who asked for this?" And if this is what you're going to put out there to for us to play, this is our response. Hell no, we won't go. Like, no, we are not going to get this. It was kind of, it felt like more like protest, which I'm proud that gamers spoke with their wallet. But I feel like people will protest. Well, it's hard to play because this is free to play. That was another thing going against Concord. I don't know, but I don't trust Jeff. I don't trust Jeff business wise. I don't know the guy personally. I'm not saying he's an evil person. I just think that the Game Awards is hella compromised. We do have a poll up here. So just so you guys are aware, the poll asks, why do you think Highguard was the show ender at the TGAs 2025? The 2 answers are... Go ahead.
Moss, I think it's also not about the hero shooter itself being the game, but it's disappointing. We waited for the whole fucking show just for the end to be this.
Yes.
Like
3 hours for that shit.
Normally, I would expect something of the level of a Witcher 4 or something there.
Yeah. Yep.
And I get a fucking wannabe Apex Legends now. Fuck.
Yeah. Yep. I'm gonna tell you.
You're supposed to hype us up for the next year, right?
Yes. Exactly.
And you really don't do anybody a service with announcing this as the fucking future of gaming.
Yep. I mean, I don't know about you, Cold Blood, but to be honest, outside, and you can call me a pony or whatever, I'm just spitting facts. Outside of Wolverine, right, and Sora, I like what do we have coming? What do we really now? Crimson. I know you're not too big on. Oh no, you like Crimson Desert.
We got Phantom Blade. We got Phantom Blade too.
And Phantom Blade. There's really not a lot like big wow pow shit coming down the pike. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what's next? And the Game Awards kind of took that space of being the thing that was the bridge of continuously letting us see what's coming down the pike. I don't know if it's because this motherfucker's charging $11 billion for a 3-second slot. Now, I don't know what it is. But whatever the case is, you're compromised. Even if you didn't and I'm gonna get to you guys in the chat. I see keep putting those comments out there. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you guys' engagement.
You know, actually, did you notice that Square Enix had not a single fucking game on the show?
Yeah, fuck them too. I'm really, at 22 going into 2026, bro. I really don't have a filter or a care about the bullshit that we see in gaming. Fuck Square Enix too, because I hate stupidity. It's not that I want you to be exclusive. It's not about. It's like, know your audience, dude. You guys been around for fucking forever, since I was a teen. And you don't know. You think that your answer was going multiplat and spreading dog shit day and date everywhere. No, your answer was know your audience and know what to put where and when. And so you didn't see Square Enix because they don't know. They don't know which side their ass is on. Yeah, Square Enix is pathetic right now, and they better get their shit together. Like, do they have anything that's supposedly in the pipeline that's supposed to be coming, Cold Blood? I can't think of anything.
The last part of Final Fantasy VII.
That's it. And y'all want to make that?
That is the last game I will hype up.
Yep.
For these motherfuckers. Anything else, bro? They can suck my dick. Literally, I am done with them, bro. Like, seriously, the shit they bring out right now is just embarrassing.
They can gargle the ball sack. Yeah, look, and again, it's not. I want good polished games, right? And they had a hard enough time polishing when they just had to deal with one platform. Now they want to go multi-plat and fuck it up even more. And your audience for Final Fantasy, they're on PlayStation. The retro style games, the Final Fantasy games, they're on Nintendo. That's it. That is it. Shout out to East 00 with the gift in the membership. Thank you very much. Appreciate it, my friend. And Sean received the gifted membership. That's the goddamn shame. Yeah, Sean, I'm about to say that, Sean. You slacking, bro. You about to bring your ass in this Discord so we can stomp all over you in that trash ass Switch 2. What did they? What was that that they showed? Chisel Tizzles Tosser. What was that game that they showed at the Game Awards? Did Nintendo win anything at the Game Awards?
Nintendo won Best Family Game.
Did they? Oh, okay.
But that wasn't the pre-show, so nobody would care.
Okay. Yeah, that don't fucking matter. That's like, well, we could technically say PlayStation won something because of The Last of Us Season 2. Nah, I'm just fucking with. Oh man, we gonna have a little fun with the ponies with that one a little bit at the end of the show. But yeah, fuck Square Enix, bro. Because what I want to see, like, here's what Capcom's trying to do, right? And even though it's still a shitty process with them, at least they're trying. Capcom realizes that their optimization skills are trash, so they're working on it, right? Square Enix.
Actually, I can tell you, Pragmata runs great on my PC.
Is Pragmata already out, or is there a demo?
No, it's a demo, but it runs great without any drivers or anything for it. It runs good.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Okay. Shout out to the homie again, East 00, with 14 months as a member. Appreciate you, my good friend. He says, y'all see the King Thrash VG Fight School debate? No, I did not see that. I mean, I didn't watch it yet, but I saw it.
Who even is that? Is the question.
It's some PC dude that Dark knows. I seen him. He's someone else that's been jumping on the Xbox gravy train, saying that PlayStation is a PC. It's, dude, like, there are just people that are just walking through the graveyard of Xbox and just pulling out the bones that are sticking out of the ground and selling them. There's people that are grifting off of the death of Xbox. There's a desperate crowd out there that wants attention, and people are just going around grifting and giving them that attention, and that's fine. Whatever. With that class anymore, because it's just like low intelligence. And they try to package it using the big words and doing this and saying that to make it sound like that it's intellectual. It's a bunch of word salad babble. Xbox as a competing platform is dead. They're trying to revive themselves. I mean, they're thriving as a third-party publisher. We'll give them that, and they're thriving because they put their games on PlayStation. So they get to eat. They're eating now. But
they're thriving so much they close your studios all the time.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, dude, stop. And as a platform, they're trying to revive themselves through, embracing PC even more. But then you got Steam sitting over there, and I don't care what anybody says about the Steam Deck prices are suck. That's for all you losers that thought it was going to be a console equivalent. What? As I said, there's a lot of lowbrow intelligence out there, low acumen out there. No, what it's going to do is those motherfuckers that are still running GTX rigs and shit, they're going to get that thing. And listen to people that at least have a couple of brain cells rubbing together. Moore's Law is dead breaks this whole thing down as far as the ARM chips, how they were purchased, them possibly having the parts, and combine that with the news that we have on DDR5 memory. Yeah, motherfuckers are going to be looking at increasing or upgrading their builds that have like level builds, and they're going to look at that Steam Deck or that Steam box on the PC side, and they're going to buy that. And they're going to buy that before they buy this next Xbox. Because I can tell you that, and I don't know this as a fact, I'm just, my gut again. My gut will tell you that Steam is way more prepared in regards to in-housing components for their unit than Xbox is. It's more likely that they have all the units that they need for their first 5 million that they're going to send out at launch. Well, they're not saying that they're not going to sell 5 million units to that shit, but I'm saying for their first 5 million and for their launch models, they got their components. Xbox now has to negotiate their components, and they got to deal with this DDR5 fiasco, which if you're a company buying DDR5, you're not going to suffer like we are trying to buy DDR5 individually, but you're still going to have to deal with some type of price hike and some type of parts. And Xbox, they're not eating anything, bro. They're not eating a damn thing. So, yeah, anybody that's trying to, make it seem like that outside of publishing, that Xbox is winning a fight. I mean, yeah, if you want to say that Xbox is a better publisher now than Ubisoft, what diddly fucking do? We'll make your peanut butter and jelly sandwich with an imprint of Phil Spencer's nads on it. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, they're a better publisher than Ubisoft. Prizes in the mail. But they fucking lost Black Friday. What was that thing that they to the Temu Connect? Was it damn box the next waiver, whatever the hell they call that thing? The thing discovered on TikTok by soccer moms and shit.
That's a low blow.
Bro. I don't know if you remember, and I think PlayStation was doing this to be funny, and then they realized, let's not do this. But remember when PlayStation wanted the Portal to be reported as a console? Remember that? And I believe they was doing that because they were thinking that the Portal would sell more than the Xboxes. And then they pulled that back. They're like, no.
Oh shit! They can do that now. And probably
yeah. They can do it now. Juice got gifted. Oh no, Juice renewed his membership. He says the gang is back. Hey Juice, if you want to hop on, let us know, bro. Let us know. We'll pull you in if you want to hop in. Oh, he's in the lobby. Shit, my bad. All right, my bad, Juice. I'm sorry, man. We sitting there running our mouths and shit. Hold on. What the fuck? Hold on, I got to do something in Discord. But yeah, they can do it now, like you said, bro. All right, we got Juice in there. Sorry, Juice. How long were you waiting, man? I was just running my fucking mouth. Oh, he must be muted.
There we go.
Oh, okay. How long were you waiting, Juice? My bad, bro.
I wasn't waiting that long. I wasn't waiting that long.
But yeah, what I was saying? Oh yeah, you was waiting a minute. Okay. Yeah. They pull back on it, but like you said, Cobra, they can do that shit now, bro. But we thought that was the thing that could dethrone third place from Xbox. And this goddamn soccer mom Android console comes in and bumps Xbox to fourth place. And here's my thing to you rabid Xbox fanboys. Stop talking about this competition shit. It's over. It's over, man. It's a wrap. You guys, and stop with this PC shit. Until you guys go get a PC and you build it and you're playing Xbox, through PC Game Pass. Until I see you on that PC Game Pass, shut up. Xbox is done, son, as far as the platform is concerned. You're in limbo right now. You're lucky to get what you get. I see Sarah Barn out there trying to get exclusive deals with Care Bear games and shit like that. She know the deal. She know what's happening. So you guys are in limbo. There is no competition here. The best you can do is try to wait for Herman Hulse to slip up, and then you guys go ha 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 hee on that. But you have nothing to brag about right now. Nothing.
They do. They do actually. They can say they got the game of the year.
Oh my god!
Hey, shout out to Kid Smooth for that one. Hey, Smooth, you're a demon for that one. he just dropped that out there and left Twitter and shit. Left the internet.
To lie so bad that X corrects you, bro. That had to be a horrible lie for X.
Yeah. This poster is full of shit. The reality of it is, you know what I like saying? Shout out to the ninja the other day. When he go up, I be watching his threads and shit. And when he go up, motherfuckers, when he got him, when he gives him ass Grok, ass Grok, to double down on what he said, and the way Grok does it is hilarious. It's just so fun. Now those are some comical uses and some funny uses of AI is when people use it for that shit. But anyway, just to get you caught up, Juice. Oh no, let me get to these comments real quick, and then Juice, we'll get your thoughts on what we've covered so far. So let's do this. And again, all you got to do is hit that join button, become a member. They're giving out memberships. People are rejoining. You know what I'm saying? And that just makes your comments pop out here in our comment section. And we got one here from Cree86. Told me, Cree, I can see you in a minute, man. Good to see you again. He says, if it was paid for, talking about High Guard, if it was paid for, then there is no controversy, right? It's like complaining about the order of the Super Bowl ad. Well, no.
No, we ain't gonna let that shit fly. No.
We're not.
Go
ahead, bro.
Let's be honest. Me and MM2K stayed up the whole night to see the last trailer. The rest of the shit was boring. A lot of it was boring. So me and you really was talking back and forth. What you think it is gonna be? What you think it's gonna be? And for that to be a goddamn looter shooter, and it didn't even look like a good looter shooter. Product placement matters a lot. They pay a lot of people to figure out where to place their product at, where at in the movie, what time during the movie, up, down, left, right, you know. So to say it don't matter, that's bullshit. It matters a lot. Yeah. That was the last impression of the Gaming Awards. If everything else was, I saw Gaming Awards and everything else was shit, but the last trailer was so good, it changed my whole opinion of the Gaming Awards. Guess what? It was real good towards the middle, but the last trailer was so shit, that also changed my opinion during the Gaming Awards, but it was negative.
What are your thoughts, Cold Blood? Do you think that it doesn't matter if it's paid for? I mean, you kind of answer that, but you know.
I mean, if it's paid for, well, like I said, then that's a fucking great move to at least have some PR for this game. But it's a fucking bad move by Jeff, because that just fucked his so much. Like it put it back 10 years at least. How bad he was building up his audience every year. Like it was always going up. This year I don't even hear nothing about how many attended and whatever, how many watched.
Yeah. I think it went up. It probably went up this time, but I don't think it's going up next year.
No, I don't think so either.
Even say they did spend more money, but you, as Jeff, he has to protect his own brand.
Yes.
I understand y'all would even pay me more money, right? But I can't show this shit last. Like, let's be real. I can't show this shit. I'll sandwich you in between two bangers so people really paying attention. You want to pay a little more, you know, I'll put you between Star Wars and Control. I'll fit you right in between. So while they talking about Star Wars, your thing come up so everybody's eyes be on the screen, and then I'll throw Control right in after that, baby. But you got to protect your own brand too. So even if they had deeper pockets, it shouldn't matter. They just tell me he don't really care about his own brand. The show that shit last, man, was horrible.
Yep, I agree. As someone who's negotiated contract or service level agreements with companies, and so in the vein that we're talking about, here's how I would do it, and here's how if he has a good panel. That's why I say I don't have nothing personal against Jeff. I just don't feel, outside of his passion and his connection, that he is a good steward for gaming. I just don't. Because if he was a good steward for gaming, outside of being a good money collector, he's not, as people like, he's a businessman. No, he is a money collector. He's a good money collector. A good businessman would say, okay, this thing is getting big, and now people are approaching us to pay us money for certain slots that they seemingly didn't deserve. I would have to break your payments off into 4 tiers. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, this all came off the top of my head, but based upon my experience in negotiating with other companies. Tier number 1 would be what we saw at the pre-show. You know, where motherfuckers are running a 30-second ads for whatever price, the market price, you think that's fair. Tier number 2 would be the basic 3-minute wherever it goes slot at the main game awards. Tier number 3 would be what we're watching right now, the Tomb Raider trailer. They put a little bit more in the Tomb Raider trailer, right? They put a little bit more in the Control trailer, which was actually, that's tier 3. Tier 3 is like, okay, if you want to do this shit here extra, I'm not guaranteeing you the final slot, but we can make your presentation a little bit better for, extra such and such, such and such. And tier 4 would be, look, and I would only negotiate tier 4 after I look at everything. I would go and look at everything and say, okay, these are the 3 games that I feel like we can end with. So I'm going to go back to these people and say, hey, look, I feel like we can end our show with these games. And the ending 3, get a lot of, word of mouth. If you pay us a little bit more, we can jazz it up a little bit more, add a stage presence, all this. You know what I'm saying? If they say no, I would still end the show with it. But to add a little bit more pizzazz on their behalf, I would say, look, we can heighten the package. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying he's not doing part of that, but clearly you can't just write me a check. I can't come out with Redfall 2, write you a big ass check and be shown at the end of the fucking game award. You know what I'm saying? And that's essentially the door that he's opened with High Guard. And he clearly doesn't do that. They clearly wrote him that thing, like Cold Blood said earlier, that was something that should have been in the middle of the show. That, hey, oh yeah, by the way, there's a new game coming by the people that made such and such, and it's coming out in January. Here it goes. And that's a package 3 type joint. You know what I'm saying? But package 4 is for them last 3 mofos. And that's where you approach them and you say, hey, this is so fire. We plan on putting this at the end of the show, but we can give you a bigger package, a bigger stage presence, some special effects or some shit for this price. You know what I mean? What do you think? Clearly he doesn't have the right people looking at this. They clearly was just given a check, and like you said, Juice, he wasn't looking at his brand. He just looked at the check. This motherfucker is a good money collector. He is not a good businessman. So,
is he a good entertainer? Because at this point, you got to be a good entertainer too.
Absolutely not. No. Not in my opinion. No, I don't think he's a good entertainer. Not at all. Not at all.
Because you look at the shows, right? They're not put together well either. Like pacing wise, they're up and down pacing wise, So I used to always ignore that, just to look for the trailer. But you disappointed me with the trailer now. So what I got left to even pay your show any attention anymore? And it started back in the summertime with that Game Fest nonsense. That Game Fest was horrible, and that's nothing but trailers. It's like everybody was saving their trailers to use themselves. Yeah. It was like, I'm trying to think. Me and Cold Blood watched that together. Cold Blood, was it anything new on
there? I can't remember, to be honest.
Yeah, because it was very forgettable. Like we can remember we saw Resident Evil last year on a Game Awards, right? Because it came out of nowhere. All 3 was showing, and Resident Evil came out. You can remember mostly all the banging trailers you see from the time. I can't tell you what games was on the summer fest. Anybody spent that money, it was a waste of money.
Yeah. Yep. Well, the way he's advertising it, and that leads to another great discussion. This is why I say he brings nothing to gaming outside of his connections, and it only works at the Game Awards. Like I'm not against opening night live just going away and the whole Gamescom thing from him, because who needs him? Like, they can work through Gamescom themselves and put shit out like they used to. You know, that includes Cold Blood's favorite, the PC game show. You know what I mean? They can just roll that dog shit out, that doodoo fruit roll out them their damn selves. Nobody cares. Nobody needs Jeff for that. What Jeff is doing though is he's coming to people and he's saying, look, when E3 was around, you motherfuckers had to pay a minimum of like $8 million to get space for a booth. All I want is like $1 million for 3 minutes. You see what I'm saying? And he's just collecting money. He's not, the pacing isn't good. It's a waste of time. It's a little bit more bearable for the summer show because it's during the summer, people on vacation. It's at a reasonable hour. You know what I mean? So even if it is doo-doo, we could just say, oh, it was trash. We could talk about it, make content about it, and be like, and not really fuss and not really feel like, oh, well, that's wasted time. But if you're like staying up like we did, Juice, or fuck, hold on, the show didn't start for him until 1 p.m. And you guys let me know if I'm botting, because now I'm in my bag.
God damn.
I mean, it didn't start till 1 a.m. for him.
Shit.
You know, he left us. He said, look, bros, I'll see you on a little bit. When the sleep came back, that's what we should have did. We should have just let the tape roll. When the sleep came back. He said, sorry, suckers. Let me sit up there and watch that dog shit. He put the sleep came back. Bruh. Now you cutting into people's work schedules. Now it's like a weekend where, you know, I could have spent them 3 hours. I mean, a weekday where I could have spent them 3 hours gaming. I can't get that back. Now the motherfuckers is agitated. And like you said, it's not, he don't care. It's like, I hate to use the word Ponzi scheme. Again, I have no evidence, there's no evidence of a Ponzi scheme. I'm just saying it's like someone who creates a Ponzi scheme. They don't care about ruining their brand because as soon as they get the cash, they're running the fuck off anyway. And all this, did we show the right games and all that? Man, kill all that shit, man. Kill it. You know that you wasn't supposed to put that dog shit up there. You knew it. Do the smart, man. Do the smart. I'm with Tom Hendy on this one. When Tom Hendy said, no, the fat check came out there. Kill that noise. Let me try that shit. Let's continue on. Sean says Oxbad Traveler Zero just came out and they announced Elliot with a demo already. It said yes, Mario Kart did, and oh shit, Sean he ain't going for the Nintendo slander. Mario Kart and Donkey Kong didn't win.
Didn't Mario Kart win something though? It was something, right?
Best family game. What did Donkey Kong win though? I can't remember.
I do remember. Mario Kart. I remember when it won. You said, "Of course." You had the most sarcastic, "Of course." I don't make you remember. You know, of course, was so goddamn sarcastic.
Best game to stimulate your vag. Is that what it won, Sean? Mario Kart, vagina game of the year. Let me stop fucking with Sean. East 00 said VG Fight School is trying to get money by grifting towards the X-Star fam. Look, the graveyard out there in Xbox land when it comes to platforms. You know, them as a publisher, they're doing better for themselves. I'll put it like that. They're doing better. I don't think there is a problem though altogether, and the platform is going to see it first more than anything. We'll get into that a little bit when we talk about the Xbox section. But the platform isn't too hot. Platform isn't doing too hot. They can talk about this more people on the Game Pass, and they can talk about the cloud usage all they want. Yeah, we'll see when these next set of numbers come out. And I told you guys, even though I'm not talking about the numbers anymore because Cold Blood said, "I'm not allowed to know. I'm not talking about the numbers no more because it's irrelevant right now. These developers and these publishers just got to be under watchful eye. It's not. It was relevant when we were trying to show you that what people were saying out in the gaming community was bullshit. It's not relevant now because there is no point because Xbox as a platform is done with. Now it's all about watching these publishers and these developers and make sure that Hiroki Totoki don't continue his dumb dog shit. But anyway." It's a graveyard out there for Xbox as a platform, and people are just walking through trying to sell the bones. They're trying to get money for the bones. They trying to be necromancers now. They finding some gold teeth under some skulls, and they so that's what it is. They're pilfering the graveyard of Xbox and trying to sell whatever gold tooth or watch they find in the caskets there for the quickest buck. That's all. People just got to be smart enough to recognize and realize it. Let's see here. Sean says, hell no, they going to do that shit in waves with revisions like the deck. You talking about as far as the Xbox thingy? We'll see. I don't know. Who else? Don't sleep the next in household with kids, says Sean. High Guard is made by the creators of Apex Legends and Titanfall. Those are proven games. To compare it to Redfall 2 is disingenuous. No. You that totally flew over your head, good brother. I'm gonna try this again. I know you're sitting there playing Donkey Kong Country.
No, you need context. It's some of the developers from Titanfall and Apex Legends, not the studio itself.
That is true.
It's not Vince Zampella making this game. So get that shit out of here. Nah, this is not the same fucking studio.
Yeah. This is not Vince Zampella's side gig, Sean. Yeah, the nice try. No. But see you, EA. I'm going back to my side gig. No. But no, the other context to it that you're missing too, Sean, is I'm not comparing Redfall to this game. I am comparing my point was, what's next? You're going to have a Redfall, something to the equivalent of a Redfall 2, take the final spot because they paid you enough. That was the point that I was making. That totally flew over your head, brother. There is no Redfall 2. My point is, now they're compromised. Because they're compromised, what's coming next down the pike with Jeff and what's going to close out next? Like literally, what's going to close out next? A remaster of Forspoken? What's fucking next now? And Forspoken wasn't the worst game ever, but it doesn't matter. Game that was remastered that didn't get its just due.
I know what's next. Remake of Dark Sector.
Bundle Dark Sector and Rogue Warrior. Oh, shit, yeah. You know what I'm saying? With Phantom Dust DLC. Yeah, like literally, we're laughing and joking, but Sean, don't let the point fly over your head, brother. What is next? And if that's the way that the Game Awards is going, do we want to continue to give him the gravitas by watching the shit? I'm letting you know right now. I got to talk to these fellas. I got to talk to these brothers. I am in the mindset that we don't even cover it. Number one, I don't think it's fair to Cold Blood to be up 1 p.m. Like, let me do this. I want to do this. And y'all might think I'm capping. Oh, you're capping because that's what this is all about, Oni. I want to show you guys something. Let me show you guys something. Okay. Oh, it's not going to let me do it. Son of a chicken plucker. Let's do this again. 23 sheet. All right, 24. And then let's go to sheets again. I want to show you guys something so you guys don't, what the fuck just happened? Okay. All right. So this is 23. This will be 25. Shout out to Geek to Sneak for becoming a sponsor. Thank you, my good friend. And oh yeah, guys, I'm gonna be doing content on Twitch again once a week, about an hour. We'll chop it up, making videos here. If you want to support the platform, feel free to go over to Twitch. If you got a free Prime sub that you can give to the platform, feel free to do so. We got a video up yesterday that I'm gonna chop. I took a piece of. There's gonna be a video out later this week. Let me see here. Okay, so here we go. So that's 25. This is 23, and this is 24. I want to get. Let's do this. Let's have a little bit of fun here. Okay, so you guys know, can't help but bring my work home with me. I got spreadsheets of everything. Right. This was the showcase in 2023. There are some holes in there because if the shit was too stupid, I didn't even record it. But this is what was in the showcase in 2023. Exodus, the God of War, Valhalla DLC, Big Walk, Prince of Persia, Hellblade 2, Kamuru, No Rest for the Wicked, a Sega Scissor Wheel, Dragon Ball, Mana, Rise of the Ronin, I forget what 12 was, Wukong, First Berserker, Blade, First Descendants, and they close out with Monster Hunter Wilds. Okay. That was 2023. 2024. Would they start off with Witcher 4, Elden Ring, Night Rain, Untitled from Shadow Colossus, Outer Worlds 2, Split Fiction, Movie Maker Award, Borderlands 4, Virtua Fighter, Project Goku, Turok Origins, Helldivers 2 DLC, Onimusha, Dying Like the Beast, Den of Wolves, Mafia Old Country, a Kami sequel, and then Intergalactic. And here was Thursdays. Fate of the Republic, Divinity, Failed to Save the World, or that might not be the right name, that fucking Left 4 Dead clone. Coven of the Chicken Foot, Artos, Resident Evil Requiem, Exodus again, for crying out fucking loud, Exodus again, Warlock D&D, Control Resonant, Gang of Dragon, Lego Batman, Tomb Raider, Forest 3, Invincible Versus, Lords of the Fallen 2, Sorrows, In-Law, Ace Combat, Phantom Blade 2026, High Guard. Don't get me wrong. Like when you look at the pacing, I think the pacing has less fluff than some of the other shows, but
it did.
That closer, that's really the closer is 60-70% of the show. 60-70% of the show was the closer. And the perception's nonsense to the law. The closer represents 60-70% of the show. So even though
you replace High Guard with Control, it's a totally different conversation today.
Is it still the greatest? Maybe not. But what you do is, I mean, I think you have a great presentation that maybe you flesh out a little bit more. Bring Remedy on the stage. I mean, they already love this motherfucker. Sam Lake, please no more Tootsie Roll on the stage. None of that goofy shit. But have him on the stage talking about this game and shit like that. You spin up the fact that Control was a 2019 nominee for Game of the Year. That's what you should, instead of sitting there trying to sell us on. What was he saying, Juice? We want more independence games in space, and like Expedition 33. Like trying to lean off of Expedition 33 and shit.
Yeah, it was definitely the theme of the show, independent, which I don't mind, but relax.
Yeah, not this. Control, what you should have done. That's why I said if you're a good Jeff, I know you're watching not. Okay, I know you're watching. You know, no, you're not. But think about this. Take it from a businessman. All right, I may not be the greatest YouTuber, but I've made a name for myself as a businessman. Whoever sits and thinks of these packages or how the presentations work, send them to Taco Bell. Okay. Here's what should be happening, and you're probably doing a lot of this already. I told you there should be 4 different packages: 1 pre-show, 2 and 3 during the live show, and then the 4th package is a package that it's like a box with a special golden key in it. Look, that video that you submitted to us, that was fucking awesome. If you can flesh it out 2 more minutes and or come up on stage for a few moments to talk about this and get people all revved up about it, we would like to close the show with this fucking trailer. What do you say? And if you do that, it's going to be a little bit more, but here's what, let's show you some data, some stats. Games that do well, or games that are showcased at the end of our shows, they get this more in pre-orders and this more in this and this more in that. That's what you do. You show your client the benefit of paying more money. Like right now, because fucking Control Resonant is looked at favorably at the Game Awards, the fucking player base on Steam went up 4-fold. Now again, that's from 500 to 2,000, but still. And so they put the game on sale as well. So there's people like me that already have the game. I went and bought the Ultimate Edition off of Steam. I had the base game. See, that's other stats that you can show, Jeff. Your people, once your game is announced, like here's 1 or 2 things happen. If your game wins an award, it shoots up significantly. If you have a game trailer that's announced, anything else that you worked on, like if you go sell a bundle, like a Remedy bundle in Steam, it's going to shoot up. So work with us to let us be your closer. The package is more expensive, but here's the cross benefits from it. You're going to get that back. That extra money that you're paying us, you're going to get that back and some. That's what savvy businessmen do. Jeff, you clearly don't have the right businessmen there. I'm not saying putting Control at the end makes it a superb showcase, but you're not getting this backlash. You're not having people like me sitting up here saying that, calling your show a Ponzi scheme. That's all you had to do. It's time for you to mature from a money collector to a businessman. You have the passion. You may not have that. I can't make you entertaining. You have the passion, dude. But at the very least, dude, you gotta have the business acumen. And you cannot forsake your brand by putting dog shit up there. You just can't do it. We got Geek the Sneak in the house. He says, what's good? He says, I missed the end of the show. He says, I didn't think the game show was terrible. He also says, oh, fix your audio. Oh, is my audio fucking up? Is it button? Geek? Guys, let me know if my audio is button. Geek says, I think MM just doesn't like the closing game trailer. Yeah, no, I didn't like the closing game trailer. I thought the middle of the show, what was it? Warlock D&D, Control Resonant, Gang of Dragon, because that's when Cold Blood went to sleep, if you remember. Oh, no, you didn't, you weren't off your flight yet, Geek. Oh, it's okay? Okay. All right. Yeah, so you weren't off your flight yet. So Cold Blood was like, man, fuck this shit. It's 1 a.m. here. I'm kissing babies in my sleep. I'm getting the fuck out of here, bro.
But at that point, it was already 3 a.m. And I had to wake up in 2 hours. So.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
You said, oh, it is
That's
botting.
why.
Okay.
That's why I came. That's why I came back at the end. Because I woke up again and was going to work.
Let me see here. He said I'm still botting, so let me fix something real quick. I think I know what it is. Filters. So it must be.
But I watched I watched everything that I missed, so I suffered through it too.
Yeah. All right. What about now, y'all? What about now? Is it bot now? Let me know, Geek. Is it bot now? Let me know if it's bot now. So
Because you sound good on Discord, it must be.
Yeah, it's OBS, bro. It's OBS fucked up for me several months ago, and I've never been able to fix it. I've completely wiped it out of my registry, all that shit. He's heading to the. Well, you guys, let me know if I'm botting again. Can somebody let me know if that fixed it? He said I'm actually headed to the airport right now to catch a flight. Okay. I think I know what it is. But yeah, it's not that alone. Like Gang of Dragon, Control Resonant, Warlock D&D, bro. When that happened on the showcase, it was great.
We'll go with Larian. Larian is the new Bethesda / BioWare. Like they name just carry weight, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could do the Divinity thing last. Like they name carry their name goal is big enough to carry like to go to the end, even though it was leaked. But the Divinity thing could have been last. I could think of a couple things. Star Wars could have been last. Control could have been last. Star Wars would have got a lot of buzz because of who's making it. And then it was dumb rumors talking about one gonna be made to 2030, and she had to come out on X like, nah, I don't got that much time left in this world. I'm not it'll be out way before that. She came out and said it's coming out way before. That 2030 thing was nonsense.
So it just sounds louder right now. You just sound louder right now. But is the muffled sound still there? Because what's happening is it's trying to noise gate my mic. Let me see here.
Yeah, it's trying to NVIDIA broadcast bullshit.
Yeah, no, I got rid of that shit. That shit is trash.
Did you also uninstall everything from it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I cleaned the registry from that dog shit. Okay. I had one Windows update, and then I had an OBS update. The Windows update was giving me that wavy sound. Let me know, guys, if you hear something. I'm gonna continue on with the show though. It just says I sound louder right now. As long as you guys are not getting that botting or me muffling out, I'll just keep going. Because unfortunately I can't hear it. Yeah, ever since the Windows update and then OBS made it even worse, and I've never been able to fix it back. It's just happening every couple of words you speak. So that didn't fix it. Let's see here. Filters. Yeah, I don't know, man. Let me try one more thing. It's probably worse now. I would imagine it's worse now because I just activated those things again. Oh. Okay, how about now? Somebody let me know now. How does it sound now? Is it still doing it every couple of words that I speak? Is it still sounding muffled? Yo, 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 yo. Let me see something. Let me play the audio. Oh, crap. Okay. I'm listening to it right now. Yeah, it's oh no, it says you sound fine right now. Okay, I'm fine right now. Okay, cool. Okay, all right, good. Appreciate it. All right, all right. Okay. All right. Did I mute that? Good. Okay. Sorry about that, y'all. All right, we're getting back into the show. We're having audio problems, and it's just getting weird. But we're gonna figure it out all the way. So anyway, what were we talking? Oh yeah, so Geek said that he thinks that it's because I just didn't like the end trailer. The pacing was okay, right? I don't know, Cold Blood, what did you think of the pace? I mean, did you think, let's take out High Guard. Let's not even talk about the final show. We're not even going to talk about the final videos. In comparison to the other years, what do you think how the rest of the show stacks up to the other years?
Did they have something about saving energy again and bullshit like that? Did they have that again? No. So, yes. Presentation-wise, yes, Jeff, keep it at that. Don't do nothing about the presentations. Like it is right now, that's how it should stay. Fast, come on, award, next trailer. No bullshit in between about fucking, we have to save the world, we have to save energy and whatever bullshit that they had for years. We don't need that. We don't need none of it. And keep those speeches, the ones that win, at maximum 3 minutes. Not more than 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy with the presentation at least. But
I'm not. Claire Obscure, man, they was pulling out. They won 470 awards, and they kept pulling out notes and stuff. Who else got left to fucking thank, man? Who else you think? I want to thank my kindergarten teacher, my get set teacher, the chick that I used to like on the monkey bars. Like everybody kept pulling out.
Well,
how many people do you have to thank?
Juice, let's be real. If you dominated like they did, you'd be up there all day.
No. Most times, most award shows when people dominate, the first speech be long, and they get shorter and shorter because they really have nothing else listening, man. Yeah, thank the people, thank y'all, bang, we out. Clear Obscure, both of the people that went up there to win the music awards, they both pulled out these Aaliyah 4-page letters, man. And I was like, what is going on? I'm like, so first he said his, and they turned the music on thinking it was over. And she said, wait a minute, there's more. She whipped out this big paper. I said, oh my goodness. Yeah, but I feel that, but they got criticized before rushing people too fast. So he had a no-win situation there. Because I think last year they was running that music fast. When I said, you going up there, you said 4 words, heard the band playing.
Keep going, y'all. I got to take this call real quick. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, who was the guy that played? It was really his fault, Cold Blood. The guy that played God of War. Jesus, I can't remember his name. But he had a big speech the year before, so they tried to cut everything real short, and it came off wrong. Like, can I at least say a couple words? So they might be in a no-win. People complain when they're too long, Cold Blood. People complain when they're too short. Well, people complain about everything. But
look, they're doing rehearsals, so they know already who won. They have their speeches written already. All you have to do is make sure they are not longer than 3 minutes. As long as you do that, it's fine.
All right, I'm back.
It can be also completely short, but I mean, let them have their time, goddammit. They just won an award, like.
Yeah.
At least give them 3 minutes, man.
I say 5. Give them 5 minutes. You should have 5 minutes for everybody.
Okay, for
everybody
game of the year, bro. For game of the year, yes, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Like game of the year, that is a big speech. But everybody else, yeah, give them 3 minutes and move on.
I like what J. Ross said too. This is like he says, MM2K on record, Jeff stated his favorite TGA reveal is still getting Joker in Smash Ultimate, which by the way was in 2018, so this tells the decline. Yeah, I mean, and Geek says Chris Judge. Yeah, I know Chris Judge fucked everything up, y'all. But that's what I said.
Yeah.
You gotta have good businessmen. Like, he went from one extreme to another. You're supposed to have a panel. You know what I mean? Like, what are they doing? And to me, I think these I don't know. Clearly these panel members aren't putting, or clearly the panel members that are businessmen are not putting enough effort into collaboratively addressing how the show should go. You know what I mean? Like, you don't swing from one extreme with Chris Judge and go to another extreme where, okay, what do you have to say? Okay, cue the music. You know, as soon as someone, takes a breath. It's just not managed well. That's all. It's just not for you to keep swinging this way or another. There's not a you balance it out, and then you just make incremental tweaks, and you're not balancing anything out. You take that with the fact that I think this dude just wants. He's just a money collector. I don't know. I'm questioning. We got to talk about it. This is going to be a collaborative decision, but I'm questioning why even watch it live. Why not do what Cold Blood did?
Let me ask you something, ML. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You saw people that started businesses, say catering, but they just wanted to do it on the weekends. But then it blew up too much, and now they don't have the people for it. And this, do you think that's what happened to him? As in, what he started. What he wanted this to be is much bigger than what he wanted it to be, and now it's a machine that's out of control. It's making too much money to stop. You understand? This train is rolling now, and it's too much money to stop. But he might not have the best infrastructure around him to control this train that's rolling down the tracks. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's winging it a little bit, you think? Do you think that might be it?
I think what's happened is, I think that has a large part to do with it. I think what's happened was he just wanted to get gaming. I really do. This is why I say I don't think Jeff is a horrible person. It's just his methodology and his agenda I don't agree with. I think he's a passionate gamer that wants to see gaming set on the world stage. He truly believes that gaming should be on the world stage with the Oscars and all other shit. And he's like, by golly, I'm going to be that guy to do it. Okay, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. I think that's cool. There's other people I wish was behind it, but you want to take that mantle, great. And I think what happened was
Moss. We don't want Phil Harrison doing it.
Why the fuck not? No.
Because in 3 years it's gonna be closed.
Fuck yeah, we revive Stadia. We do nothing but show you Stadia trailers and shit. Yeah, I'm on for that. Matter of fact, we should make that a poll. Should former Stadia exec Phil Harrison take over the Game Award?
Should take over.
Yeah, we should. Yeah, we should all this Stadia games, Stadia Pro games and shit. Yeah. I think what happened was it started getting big. Because I think at first it was just pure passion. You know, and I think it was all about, you know, of course he knows that there's going to be money behind this, but I think it was pure passion. And it was glitz and glamour behind it or whatever. And as long as it sustained itself and sustained the people that needed to be involved, then, you know, threw him off some shit for him to go have a fancy dinner or two. I think he was happy at first because Jeff never appeared to be a money grubbing guy at first. Everything was pure passion. It was melancholy, mundane passion, but it was passion. But then I think when E3 shut down, this motherfucker was like, oh my God, here's an opportunity for us. We can start making some money. And then that's when, because you got to remember, that's when the prices for the slots and all that shit started coming out, because I'm pretty sure developers was like, hold on now. This one from us collaborating with you on pure passion and showing you some cool shit and showing gamers cool shit to now, it's like you're trying to pilfer us. You know, I'm picking lint out of my wallet now. Because the only people that can leak those numbers are the only people that would leak it are the devs that are being asked to pay that price, that are like, whoa, what the fuck's going on here? I think when E3 shut down, he then started seeing dollar signs, and then it's been reflective in the Game Awards ever since, like slowly but surely. And I think that's why J-Rod brought up an interesting point in the timeline. I think that was a milestone to where money started becoming a factor. Prices for slots started coming up, so it started being more than just, hey, let's just show some gamers some cool shit and help boost gaming on the stage. Now it's like, oh, we have a premium product, and we got to now he's acting like EA and Take-Two and his contemporaries in the actual publishing world, right? Well, they're not really contemporaries, but you know what I mean. So you fast forward to today, and now you have a situation where I don't care what nobody tells me. He can come out tomorrow and say, I've heard rumblings that people paid for this slot and it's not true. And I will be the first one to say, I have no evidence. I have no proof. You know, this is all speculative to me, but I feel like he's lying. Like, clearly somebody paid him as far as I'm concerned. You can't convince me otherwise. You know what I mean? You fast forward and you get what you have today. And I just think that they're compromised because what he started seeing once E3 shut down and he started doing the summer games. Because look, y'all tell me, the Summer Games Fest is a money racket. There is no purpose for it. None. What's the point of it?
Zero.
None.
Purpose for it.
It's purely a racket.
Zero.
Xbox can do its summer show by their damn self. Opening Night Live is a joke. It is a joke.
What do they do there? Do they have, what do they, I'm just asking, because I'm kind of ignorant with Summerfest a little bit. What do they have at the arena? Like, what's there that we don't see on TV? Because on TV, it just looks like a bunch of trailers. But what's the experience you get when you're there?
Check. Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't echoing. I'm sorry, did you say that again? My bad, brother. I thought I saw something weird.
So I'm a little ignorant with like the Summerfest a little bit, right? So what say I paid a ticket to go to Summerfest. What do I get when I go? Because you know, E3 had booths and everything. You know, so much at E3, man. Like, so I'm asking, before I start killing it, I want to know what's there. Like, what's there to experience if I buy a ticket?
I will admit, and shout out to Jack Dislip, Cloud Dosage. He went out to Summer Games Fest this past summer, and if my memory is correct, he had mentioned that there were games that, like, some of the trailers that you saw, you could play them there, like some of them. But in talking to him, the tickets for people went up, unless I'm missing. And Jack, if you hear this, correct the record. The tickets went up from $100 to $1,500.
Yeah.
So can you say hashtag money grab?
TLDR, it's a media show. It's for media. Not for the actual consumer.
And that's another thing too, where E3 started opening its doors to gamers. It's a media show, and he clearly classifies as media, but they're charging them $1,500 a pop. Yep.
It's mostly there to media so they can interview these motherfuckers.
Yeah. So I mean, again, it went from something that was supposed to be there for the gamers to now this oil rigger. You know what I'm saying? This big ass oil rig that's supposed to be spewing out cash. That's what it is now. That's my take on it. You know what I mean? J Rod says the moral of the story is greed is truly a sin. This is Xbox has shows, Sony has shows. That's what I'm saying. Well, like, what is the purpose? Like, if people really wanted to get together for the summer, get together. Get together.
It's with that last trailer, they both disturbing. Even with, I think, 2 weeks. Either he got paid for it, which I wish he would just say I wish he would just leak that he got paid for it, right? Or your ignorance on judging video games, you thought that was the best thing you saw.
Yeah.
This calendar year.
Neither is good. Neither is good.
Neither, you know what I mean? So it's only 2 explanations. Either Jeff's look at that and said, that's the one, that's what I'm going to close the Game Awards with. That's the best trailer here. That's going to be my one last thing. Or they paid for it. And as you say, neither explanation is good.
My issue too is going back to Control. Clearly, Control, I think, whether you like it or not, I think Control, I think it's hard to argue that Control wouldn't be your closer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you would say, okay, the presentation of that thing, that could be your closer. Former Game of the Year nominee, the journos and the Metacritic people, they love, they love Remedy games. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's get it. Right. But what does that say to you? But we all know, and we kind of had this discussion. Yeah, that's why I said, check me out on Twitch too, if you can. We had a great discussion where, we were all fucking around with each other, you guys in the chat, and me fucking with you guys. But it's a serious discussion. Remedy overall, regardless of what you think of the quality of their games, Remedy overall is not a very successful game developer. Now, whether you think
they
should
more like
be
got
whatever,
a cult following. They got like a cult following.
They got a cult following, but they struggle when they release their games. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, just as Cold Blood pointed out yesterday, just earlier this year, they finally broke even with Control. right? Or Alan Wake 2. They finally broke even with Alan Wake 2, like a couple years after it released. Even though their games consistently are nominees for Game of the Year, except for FBC Firebreak, but that's a whole nother story. But their games are consistently like Game of the Year. So, and then they keep entering deal after deal after deal, investment after investment. They got to go, and they don't. I've never heard a great quarterly financial result for Remedy, but they still keep trucking along. So I imagine that Remedy does not have a lot of disposable income, right? So I imagine that they approached Jeff with barely enough, crumpled dollars and all, barely enough to get a slot at the Game Awards, right? But what does that say when, okay, you've heavily inflated your prices? I mean, we get that stuff is for the media, but now, I'm hearing, unless I'm getting my information wrong, tickets to attend even the Summer Fest have gone up from 100 to 1,500 or 1,000 or whatever. That's what I'm hearing. I could have heard wrong, or I could have understood it wrong. What's to say that, okay, I come with enough money to market my game there, but then you don't go the extra mile and say we're closing out with this. That just says a lot about Jeff's agenda to me. Shout out to Sean with the $5 super chat. He says, I'm trying to wait for his comment to come up. Yeah, I'm gonna wait for your comment to come up in the because I want to put it up on the screen too.
Just dick sucking for Nintendo's music.
It dribbled on my chin and I can't get it off now. MLB panel, I can't get this off my chin. What anti-adhesive do you recommend? What anti-nut remover do you recommend? Shout out to Sean. Really fuck with you because you won't come in here and get this work. No, Sean says, most of the games shown in demos announced via SGF and VGAs or towards Steam. I say it for them more than Xbox, Sony, and Nintendo. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could make that argument. I play everywhere. I mean, to me, unless I'm misunderstanding, it doesn't move. It doesn't make Jeff's agenda more.
Listen, I wish PC had exclusives that I really want to play.
Mm-hmm.
Because my PC is mostly for web browsing right now. Or some demos maybe that aren't released on console. Gaming on console, bro. Like, because there's nothing I want to play on a PC.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, I get it.
Most of the stuff, bro, is just some weird fucking side scroller again that is exclusive, or some strategy game. Like nobody cares about this. Besides the few fans that these games have.
Yeah.
Before we get off the awards talking about PC only games, Hades 2 beating Ghost for action game of the year is a travesty. That's all I gotta say.
Why would you say that?
Why wouldn't I say that?
No, because how do you justify most of your time winning it instead of Hades?
Because I played both. I played one and looked at the other.
Yeah, see, you played one and looked at the other. Yeah. So how can you justify?
And the other one looked like Hades 1, which I ended. So, yeah, there wasn't a big jump in it wasn't a big leap in development. I could say that much.
It wasn't in Yote either, really.
That's what you said.
No, that's what everybody says. It is
Who's everybody?
more of the
Do
same.
you know
More polished.
in the English language? Do you know what everybody means? Because I'm not
Yes.
saying it, so everybody ain't saying it.
Yeah, because
Most ain't saying it.
you're
Oh,
trying not to say it, but you know
Yo,
it's
Mark,
more of the same.
Mark said Ghost is his game of the year.
Here's my question.
Moss, are you sure that's your game of the year?
Oh, Ghost of Yotai? Yeah, that's my game of the year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
So who's this everybody?
Well, what about Adamfall though?
I like Adamfall. No, Adamfall is a great game, but no, just Ghost of Yotai is, yeah. I get you. I'm serious.
This game is thorough, man. That's a good game.
That's a good. Yeah, it's a good game.
Did you beat it?
No, I ain't beat that. The last game I beat was what was that game that we played? Oh, Warhammer. You know me. I don't beat games. I grind them out to the very end. I have, like, for instance, I got like over 1,000 hours in Far Cry 5, and I still haven't beat that game. Yeah, no, I haven't beat it yet, but yeah, that's
Shout out to the new Warhammer game too. That John looked great.
Yeah, that was a good game.
The new Warhammer game that was a good one too.
Yeah, that was a good game. Is it most don't even game? I got a whole gaming channel that'll prove you wrong, brother. Matter of fact, I bet you I got more hours in Black Ops 7 than you do, Sean. And ain't you?
Oh,
you're a closeted Xbot. Sean's a closeted Xbot.
Oh,
I got more hours in Black Ops 7 than you do.
He said, "Keep it in the closet."
Coming out the closet. Yeah, you R. Kelly Xbot. I got more hours in Black Ops 7, brother. No, I'm playing a lot of it. I was trying to just test out this audio and shit. I got a decent amount of. He's a gun and ball, man. I got a decent amount, and to that point, Sean, as a quote unquote gun and baller, I know that Yote is still. It's just the gameplay is just
crazy.
It's nuts, and
yes, it's crazy.
I can't even explain
it's so fluid. And it's fluid. See, I'm not just talking when I say this, I'm talking about gameplay wise too. Like, I like the game better, but it's so fluid. Like, when you switch weapons and stuff, it's just so fluid. I feel bang, 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 go to the next guy, bang, bang, bang. Like, if you don't want to say it's nothing else, it's not a better action game that came out this year. And try to tell me this top-down, pew, 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 dodge, 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 Hades 2. No, man. I'm not doing it. No. But when Hades 2 came out, Moss, me and Cold Blood was talking about it when it came out, and he was teasing because when I said that was their new game of the year and everything, they were saying Hades 2 at the time was the game of the year, even better than Exhibition 33 when it first came out. Them PC dudes jumped on over that it up.
Yep.
Made sure they got the warm baby order off the goddamn tub and everything. Man, they got when Hades 2 came out and it was a PC exclusive. Man, so I shouldn't have been surprised. I was hoping
it's
for
a
the best.
Switch 2 console exclusive actually.
Oh man, Switch 2 got it.
Just like these fights right here. This is very early on, and I just kept getting my ass whooped. But and me having to build my skill set with this mug with this gun at a distance on Ghost of Yotai. I'm showing it on the screen right now. You know, the fact that your weapon gets knocked away from you. You know, when I really decided that like, nah, there ain't nothing touching this game. I found this very early on. I forgot who it is. I found the dude in the tree. Standing by the tree that you battle against. Oh, I forgot it. And there's several of them, but I found the first one. Oh my God. That right there was like, no, there ain't nothing out there in the market like this. Now,
I'm gonna ask you a question. Don't it seem like a Japanese Western to you though? Like a Japanese Western.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It definitely. What do they call? What do they call those? Those Japanese westerns?
I don't
Because
know.
a lot of people
the
don't
correct
know about
word.
them. Is it spaghetti western? Is that what
Cold
they call
blood? No, yeah, maybe. Cold blood? No. Cold blood just being rude right now. You joking? What the hell is it?
I was getting
What?
the Japanese Western style games, or just Japanese Western style.
Western.
Yeah, Western
Like movies and
entertainment.
stuff, what they call. Yeah.
And I got a lot of footage, y'all. It's just that when I was capturing this, like a lot, like y'all only get like 20% of my actual gameplay. The other 80% that I capture, my captures be so messed up that I finally got them together, that y'all don't even get to see them. A lot of them are privated, or a lot of them I just don't even upload because they just don't come out right. But just trying to figure out how to. I'm being attacked by 5 people, and this is not some hack and slash game. I'm being attacked by 5 people, and one of them from a distance has a gun. So unfair. But I loved it. I kept getting my ass kicked until I figured it out. Had to know when to block. I was messing that up. You know.
You button mash on that game. You are
you're
dead.
done. You're done.
Dead.
You're done. And yeah, when I had that first, like my what do they call that? The battles. I forgot what they call them. When I had my first one-on-one battle, with it was it's just an extra battle with the dude by the tree. I was like, yo, this is so bad. And to me personally, the reason why it's my game of the year, too, is because culturally I'm into shit like this. Like, if you guys know the series Lone Wolf and Cub, huge Japanese Western series about a disgraced shogun, and they were trying to kill him, and the only thing that they killed his wife, so he's on the run, and they didn't kill his son. They're trying to kill his lineage, so he's going around Japan with this baby carriage that's like armed, that's armed with booby traps and shit. Like, excellent series is from back in the '60s. CBS used to publish it in the States. So yeah, this relates to me in different ways too. Where if you watch Lone Wolf and Cub, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's why this is my game of the year. I just love the gameplay. I love it. Another thing too is when it comes to Hades, and I don't want to take anything from Hades. I played a little bit of Hades 1. My son has it on Switch, I believe. Or am I thinking the right game? Hades 1, and I played it 2 on PC. Played just a little bit of it. I think it's cool. I think it's a cool game. And I like games like that. V Rising kinda, sorta, somewhat is like that too. And and you guys know, I'm into games like that. That V Rising, the Fantastic Tales of Van Helsing, or the Incredible Tales of Van Helsing. I'm into shit like that. I know Cold Blood is throwing up in his mouth right now, but I'm into like top-down games like that. The Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing was my game of the year in 2013 when Tomb Raider came out. I love those games.
What? Why would I hate on V Rising?
No, I mean, well, you're not. I know you're not big on those top-down.
What the hell? I beat Diablo 4 just recently. What are you talking about?
I said you're not big on them now.
It's only because PlayStation gave you that for free, man. That's what.
If they're fucking good, bro,
you ain't buy it though, but you don't buy them though.
You ain't buy it. No,
you ain't buy it. No, you waited for it to come on PS Essentials.
If Xbox is gifting us games, I'm okay with that. I got nothing against it.
Yeah, I played it and I like the gameplay. Don't get me wrong; it's good. It's very good, and it can be very addictive. I have more hours in V Rising than I have in Division 2 over the last 2 years. A lot of it was because I had to review it, but I was hooked on that game. The first 3 months of this year, I was hooked on V Rising. I was playing that motherfucker faithfully. Matter of fact, let me pull up my Steam and see how much.
Yeah, I remember because me and you talked about it for a while.
Yeah,
You jumped into that, man. You was knee deep into that.
I was into that game, bro.
I jumped on late 2 on that too.
Yeah, that's.
I didn't
that's
know it had like
game.
a detailed story mode like that. That's what caught me off guard. Like, the objectives and the story mode.
I gotta have like hold on, let me see here. Steam. Damn, I don't want to open my Steam app on my computer in order to get these numbers. Approve. Okay, all right. So I'm signed in here on the web. I just want to get in real quick. I just want to check store games. Let me just look at why is it just showing? Oh, okay. All games. Okay. Okay. No, maybe I lied a little bit. No, not the last 2 years. Definitely the last year. I got 116 hours in V Rising.
And how much of it was AFK?
no, ain't no. I didn't have to do no
playing with settings and stuff.
Oh no, you ain't got to do that with that game because that's a double A. That's a double A joint. So I have to fuck with settings there. But V Rising, there's a lot of crafting and shit like that. So you're gonna be putting a lot of time into that one, and they stack it well. Yeah, they stack it well where you got to do that. Actually, the crazy thing is, I have more time in V Rising than I do the first Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing. I have 101 hours in the Incredible Adventures of Van Helsing, where I have 116. That's crazy. I did not realize that. But yeah, man, I like those style games. They're not touching Ghost of Yatai to me. And I only spent like 10, 15 hours with Ghost of Tsushima, and I knew that I liked Ghost of Tsushima. How much do I have in this? I don't know. It's not fair because I didn't play through all of it. Just gameplay wise, I'm enjoying Ghost of Yatai just a tad bit better. I'm just focused on gameplay. I'm enjoying it just a tad bit better.
Gameplay is better, which it should be because it's a part 2.
Yeah.
I think the protagonist is more interesting, but the story on the first one, it may be better with bigger, I think the story might be better than the first one. Like, totally. But she is way more interesting than Jen, right? Way more personality come out of her than Jen. I like the protagonist better, and the gameplay, of course. If it's a part 2, it should be better. If it's not better, it's a total failure. So the gameplay is better, and the graphics, of course, what they did with the sunrise and the mountain and the
visuals are superb.
Yeah, like it's just you ride and then you ride and then you see the herd of horses. And you ride with the horses and the grass and the air. All that is better, but. And nobody's saying Ghost, the first one is bad. I'm not even saying Hades 2 is bad. Because whenever you say something like that, they always say, what you're trying to say is a bad game.
Yeah, they try to make it a binary choice. Yeah, I'm not saying that.
Yeah, Hades, I will play both of them, and I will enjoy both of them. It's just that I think as an action game.
As far as the action is concerned, yeah, I agree.
This was for best action game, I would take Ghost over.
Even if you want to say, like, I'm not going to be mad at anybody that thinks Hades 2 is a better overall game than Ghost of Yatai. I'm not mad at you. If that's what you think, that's what you think. But when you're just focused clearly on the action is more intricate and, as far as I'm concerned, more challenging here.
Yes.
Maybe it's just
it don't seem like games. Eminem and Cold-Blood, let me just ask you this. Because I was thinking about this after laying in the bed after watching that marathon of BS, right? And I was sitting there and I'm like, do games get credit for, like, you know how when you do gymnastics You get a bump up in difficulty,
Yeah.
right? Like, and then that takes more. That was more difficult to make than this.
Yep.
I don't think you get that credit with them.
No,
It's
you
just
don't
this
anymore.
game, that game, that game. I don't think you get that credit of difficulty. That was way more difficult to achieve than top down pew 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 pew. Look at the animation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so I don't think they. I think as fans we do though. I don't think their criteria don't judge that. But as fans, we look like, but they did this and they did that and they did this. Like they said, they try to tell me Exhibition 33 is the best directed game. I said, did you play Death Stranding? To gobble that mess together and all that nonsense and then make that work? That's not a great, I just think if they don't do the difficulty scale, it's just plain and simple, this, that. And maybe that's where we go wrong because we look at it that way. Like that would look way more difficult to execute than that. So why is they giving that? And that goes back to the best action game. Because what was more difficult to achieve? But
yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I don't think difficulty has anything to do with it. It's all a popularity contest, and it's a popularity contest because they don't go by difficulty because the journal. Look, not all of the decisions or not Metacritic doesn't weigh is the only determinant, but it is it's a bulk of the determination, and you got to remember, a lot of these journos, they don't want a difficult game. Like, what was that game, Cold Blood, that they God, you might know, Juice. One of y'all might know. There was a game that they got on because they said it was too difficult.
Yeah, what game was that?
Well, there's probably several of them like that.
Yeah, because it didn't have an easy mode. I think Returnal was one. Returnal was one.
Yep.
And then Returnal start bowing down and putting all this easy mode and start letting you save and all that. Because they got so many complaints from them journalists about no easy mode, no I want to save halfway because it was y'all love roguelikes, but now y'all don't like this roguelike. They love the roguelikes, roguelike, you die, you go back to the beginning. Oh, like Hades, right? They love those. But Returnal did it, and then all of a sudden it was a big problem of, now y'all don't love roguelikes. But I think it was Return. I'm trying to think. It was a couple more, but you definitely got a point there. You got a hell of a point there.
They want to be able to flow through these games, and they want to be able to do it without it being on easy, because they know once you put the game on easy, then the NPCs are just standing there looking. You know what I mean? So they want to be able to play the game in normal mode and say, "Well, I played the game average or even on hard," and it just be a breeze fest, so they can take their articles, put them through Chat GPT, and get them written. That's what it is. And that's been a trend, bro. I'm telling you, that's been a trend for like the last 9-10 years. And that's why YouTube started to blow up, because we started to see that the people that the GameSpots and the IGNs and all those other places, the people that they started promoting really didn't know what they were talking about. They just were fancy with words. They just had journalism degrees. They were fancy putting paragraphs and words together, and they really weren't embedded in the culture all like that, or had the level of expertise in the stuff that they were playing to talk about it the way that they do. So it started becoming more about their fancy words and less about them actually having a breadth of experience and knowledge in the types of games that they're playing. Because if you have a depth of knowledge in the types of games that you're playing, difficulty is a must. I don't care. Y'all can get mad at me or hate me. I don't care about anybody's opinion on gaming. I'm not saying your opinion don't matter. I personally am not taking advice or credence from you if you have to put your games on easy in order to play them. If I got to put the game on easy in order to play it, I don't want it. In order for me to eat my favorite piece of steak, I got to puree it because my mouth is hurting. Then I don't want the steak. I'll just wait till my mouth ain't hurting no more. My mouth has to heal. So for you journos or whoever that's out there that want to put your 2 cents into gaming and be an authority in gaming, you got to get better. You got to get beyond easy mode. I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. I've been gaming for decades. You can't tell me nothing if you're putting your shit on easy mode. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Juice.
I saw one guy, right, complain about the AI of a game, and then when I saw his gameplay, I know he was on easy mode. I think it was the Final Fantasy, the one before, the one that was in between the remake and Rebirth. The one, Clive, whatever Final Fantasy that was, the first one that came out for PS5.
Okay.
I know it was on easy mode by the way everybody was. I know it was. He complained about the AI of the people. Yes, you got it on easy mode.
Wow. Yeah.
They don't game, man, and they don't finish games. Like if you're doing a review, you have to finish the game, man.
Yeah. Yep. I do agree.
You can't have a review. Imagine doing a movie review and not finishing the movie. Imagine looking at The Usual Suspects, right? And not watching the movie far enough to when Kaiser Soze show himself and he walk out the police station. You know, that's what they do with video games. They don't finish the games. They try to go through it real quick, or they'll give IGN good to give somebody a game they know they won't like.
Yeah.
A genre they know they don't like.
That's what back in the day they would like. The old GameSpot, like this new GameSpot and IGN. I never cared for IGN, but the old GameSpot used to be reliable, right? What they would do is there were people that were known as the sports gamers, the RPG gamers, and they would in those games and those genres. They would give it to those people, and so that way someone that has familiarity with the genre, you get their opinion on it. Now, every now and again for a game that, like, say if it had crossover appeal, I'll give you a game like Expedition 33. Say if Expedition 33 came out, what GameSpot used to do back in the days, they would have their RPG guy go and review it. Now, because Expedition 33 had some crossover appeal, people that normally didn't play quote unquote an RPG was into it. They would get someone from the action side of it or something like that to also do a secondary review to give a different perspective. That's how you do it. Like, games fit into buckets. It's not a one size fits all when it comes to games. So the right people should be playing these games. There's Call of Duty ball and gun players that are sitting there rating Ghost of Yatai or whatever. That doesn't make sense to me. People that play Call of Duty all day, that doesn't make sense to me. Because if you're playing Call of Duty, for the most part, you don't care about no damn story. You don't care about the build up to the story or anything. You don't give a damn about that. Why are you reviewing this game? You're not giving a proper perspective. So I'm seeing, and I don't know this about you, so I see your score and I'm like, oh, well, that's a horrible score. Oh, I was really looking forward to that game. Meanwhile, I'm someone that is tethered to an RPG or whatever it is, and you're not. So your perspective is way off. That's why Metacritic and all other stuff, that's another slight that I give to the game. That's why I don't take them seriously. Metacritic is a farce. Metacritic can, generally give you a decent perspective on where a game generally falls. Like if the score is super high or if a score is super low, then you generally know you're dealing with a very good game or you're dealing with trash. Those scores that are in the middle, it's kind of hard to tell. And you got to do what all gamers have always done. You got to try it for yourself. So the fact that the Game Awards lean so heavy on Metacritic is, that's problem number one for me. Problem number two, I just don't take the people that Jeff would lean on seriously as far as being connected to the average game. I just don't believe it. I think Golden Joystick does better in that area. Now, do they have a lot of bullshit happening on stage and whatever? Yeah, sure. They cut that shit out and just give you a straight award show without all that fluff and all this. That'd be great. But I go to Golden Stick to see who's winning. I go to Game Awards for their trailers. Game Awards, unfortunately, does have a bearing on purchases. But what Jeff has to be cognizant of is nobody's even coming to you if you don't do right by these trailers. So what you may have to do, bro, is I like what Geek the Sneak said in the chat. He said maybe start having more awards during the show. Does that mean that you're going to get less money? Yeah, but there has to be a threshold. There has to be a threshold. You can't just sit there and collect. There has to be a threshold. Do 2 or 3 awards, do a video, do 2 or 3. Does that mean now that instead of, 22 shows, you're now showing us 10, 15? Sure. But let them be 10, 15 good ones. You know what I mean? Because you're clearly oversaturating the market. You clearly are oversaturating the market. Clearly, 10 to 15 should be your sweet spot. Until you actually come to a year where you can't help it. There's just 22 kick-ass games out there, regardless of what they're paying you. And you have no choice but to air them all. And they're all coming to you saying, we want to be on your show. That's different. But until you get to that point, bro, 10 to 15 games, do 2 or 3 awards between each game, give them anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes max. Let it be about the awards, and at the same time, you give us a good ass peer into the future. And it can't just be about the money, bro. Of course, you need money to sustain the show. I get that. Let there be money to sustain your show. Let there be money to sustain the people that work on the show. And let there be money to go to your little stinking production company. Just enough to keep it afloat. Enough to give you a nice dinner or two here and there. But as far as you gouging this, you got a decision to make. You can continue to do this and you can fall to the wayside, or you can do right by gamers. It's up to you. Any final thoughts before we move on to Xbox and PlayStation, y'all? Any final thoughts on this?
I think I'm done.
Okay. All right. So let's talk Xbox, PlayStation. Let me do this. Let's get out of here.
Both had a great Game Awards.
Let's start with Xbox. Xbox kind of they have an issue on their hands. They have an interesting issue on their hands with Black Ops 7.
Are you being serious? That's a very nice way to put it.
Yeah, bruh. It's not looking good for Black Ops 7. Now, granted, to be fair, ponies love them some Call of Duty, right? So, it was the number one downloaded game last month, I think. And of course, we're not saying that it wasn't going to get a lot of sales, but there's a difference between a lot of sales for Control and a lot of sales for Black Ops. Way more, the way Black Ops is built and maintained, it is built and maintained off of having to get gargantuan sales. I'll throw a NFL pun out there. Okay, the Kansas City Chiefs are 6-7. That's not the worst record in the world, and they've been to the playoffs every year. I think for like the last decade since Patrick Mahomes has taken over, their quarterback. They may not make the playoffs this year. Now, people are saying, oh my gosh, is the Chiefs dynasty over? And people are saying, well, that's too unfair. They may not make the playoffs this year. This is just 1 year. But Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs are synonymous with winning, with pulling it out and winning. And they are doing the exact opposite of it. And they can't afford to continue to do that because then they won't be a lucrative place where players will want to come to, take, pay cuts and go to whatever. There was talk that Tyreek Hill might want to come back. He ain't going to do that and take a pay cut if these motherfuckers is losing. So, you know what I'm saying? So when you're already on a different stratosphere as far as winning or achieving, you build up to that level to maintain it. You invest so much to maintain that winning and that achieving. You have to stay in that lane. Or else your fall is going to be colossal. So I seen something out there with Jazz and Crap Gamer were going back and forth, and Jazz was like, well, games would love to have the sales that Call of Duty is having. Yes, and Call of Duty would love to be able to operate with the budget that other games can operate off of. They just can't. So the moniker is just stupid. Again, it's the brain deadness in this community it's amazing at times. Just like a few percentage hits to a Call of Duty is detrimental to them because they plug so much money into it. So this is something. Yes, was it the number one downloaded game on PlayStation? Absolutely. But reports are showing, or there's reports out there that the first Call of Duty within its first month, the last Call of Duty within its first month had 2.1 million sales, and this one had 500,000. That's not going to fly for Call of Duty.
That left me stuck for a minute. Say that.
Yes. There are reports out there that are suggesting that Black Ops 6 had 2.1 million sales in its first month, or whatever the time frame was. And in the same time frame, this only has, no, I might be overstating it, just 400,000. So
I wonder why they put their shit on PlayStation.
Yes. Why there's a free weekend, why they slashed that, me and Kobo was laughing, why they slashed that price to $35. Black Ops is in trouble. Normally they tell y'all, it had the most players on a Thursday afternoon after Stranger Things. They're not talking about that. They came out and they apologized. When has Activision ever been synonymous with apologies? They came out and apologized.
Seen this happen to Ubisoft and Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
You remember when Assassin's Creed used to try to drop one every year? You got to stop dropping it every year.
Exactly.
Bro. It's not a sports game. You know why people buy 2K? Because the new rosters, bro.
Mm-hmm.
The new rosters. Like, you're going to get the updated rosters. You're going to get the rookies. You're going to get all that. You dropping new Call of Duty. One thing, you wasting a lot of money. You can really drag it out 2-3 years just with the microtransaction.
Mm-hmm.
Alone, you can make money every year with it.
Exactly.
But to force a budget to make a new game every year, man.
Yeah.
It's not. After a while, you saturate, like you say all the time. You saturate the market. That's what they do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was very good during the pandemic and stuff. And but everybody outside now, man.
Yeah, they outside now.
You're not
That's what I said. Yeah.
Everybody's so after a while, you say, okay, I'm getting a new Call of Duty. What changed? The map changed? Not really. Okay, so what am I buying?
Mm-hmm.
What am I buying?
Yeah.
And they got to get off PS4 and Xbox 360.
Yeah, Xbox One.
They got to get off both of them because you can't really grow. What can you do that's really new from year to year if you're still
on those
developing to the lowest denominator, which is last gen. This last gen was what, 6 years ago now? How long has it been out? 6 years?
Yeah.
So you're going to something that came out 16 years, almost 16. You still developing for something that came out 16 years ago almost?
Well, here's why they're not moving. And I agree with you though, Juice, but here's why they're not moving. And I'm just bringing this up for people that may not understand what's going on. There's a lot of gamers still on Xbox One and still on PlayStation 4. Here's why. Xbox One, they're there just because Xbox is trash. There's no need to get a series, and it's $11 billion, which I got a funny story about that. I'll tell that later. But there's no the Xbox One is the last console for a lot of those motherfuckers anyway. They're either going to a handful of them are going to try this new PC thing. The rest are going to PlayStation. But and they're casual. Because they're casual on both PlayStation and Xbox One, until a big time casual game that requires them to move comes out, they're not doing it. You can still play Fortnite on your PlayStation 4. You can still play, like you said, Call of Duty on your PlayStation 4 and all this other shit on your play. Why would I leave? Why would I leave? Graphics doesn't matter to me. I can still play my game. I don't care. So that's why they're not leaving. If you want to, but that just proves your point, Juice, that they don't want to make enhancements. They just want to make money. And what they fail to realize is that the drone dads that are going to play your game regardless, you can't just think about them only. It's a balancing act. You got to think about the people that create the word of mouth, that create the buzz or whatever. Because the drone dids will just follow. If they think that this is not this is what the casuals do. They want to follow the cool kids. So if the cool kids aren't wearing the starter jackets anymore, guess what? They're not wearing the starter jackets. So you got to appease us, the more hardcore, if you want to keep the casuals around. You just got to do it. And what's happened is they're just sitting there saying, well, we're just going to continue to put out this incremental slop until Grand Theft Auto comes out. When Grand Theft Auto comes out, guarantee it, people are going to move over. Everybody's going to move to PlayStation. So everybody's going to move over to PlayStation, and then that's when they'll upgrade and they'll go, they'll start adding new shit. But it might be too little too late. Who knows? Because if Battlefield does this right, if they do what you said, Juice, where they just do big time DLCs every 2 years and then put out another installment, then there you go.
This is why everybody jumps to Battlefield, though, because it's a real next gen shooter. It's only on the next gen consoles. So you got a real next gen shooter. And Battlefield, if somebody's camping in the building, you know what you can do? You can blow up a fucking building. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly, yeah. Right? Yep.
Ain't no camping in there no goddamn more. Because that's the kind of physics and stuff they have. You still playing a PlayStation 4, Xbox One Call of Duty just at 60 frames on your PS5.
Yep.
That's all you're doing.
Yep.
Crazy.
So not exactly. Just there's still buildings you can't blow up, unfortunately.
Oh. Gotcha. Like, it's just, you got to get off them old systems. Even the people that own them systems got off them systems.
Sorry, I thought y'all was still talking. I had to step away for a second.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Black Ops isn't a bad way. I wish people would. People are so cool. No, here's what it is. Let me stop calling Jez dumb. Jez isn't dumb. Jez clearly has an agenda. Jez wants Xbox to be perceived in a good light no matter what. He only gets upset with Xbox when Xbox does something that makes it impossible for them to be perceived in a good light, and he can't wood buff it. He's one of those type of people. So let me stop. What Jazz is doing, which a lot of people do on that side, is they're plaguing on people's stupidity. People are stupid. They just are. Call me an asshole, jacket. People. Too many people in this community are dumb. Everybody should know. This is not rocket science. Everybody should know that the amount of money, we all saw the reports of how much money it took to make these games. They showed you how much it took to make Call of Duty games several years ago, and it made our jaws drop. So what was it like? Was it 600 million or something like that? I can't even remember. It was a crazy number. I might be, well, how much does it cost Activision, ABK, to make a Call of Duty? 700 million. No, I was right. It says recent court documents from late 2024 and 2025 have revealed that modern Call of Duty title can cost up to $700 million. And here goes the games. Excuse me. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War 2020 was that was 2020. In 2020, the game cost $700 million to make and market. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019, 640. Call of Duty Black Ops 3, $450 million to make.
Well, maybe stop selling Nicki Minaj's ass. You don't need 100 million already.
That is true. Yeah, a lot of it has to. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Them licenses gotta be.
Them licenses. Yeah, exactly. So that was back in 2020. It's 2025.
I don't think Xbox spending that much. That's part of the problem, though.
Let's do the math.
Stuff in the Call of Duty look like AI generated, man.
Yeah.
It's even worse than that. They literally had false advertising for this game. They promised people that they have no skill-based matchmaking playlist, but then they fucking rug pulled everybody. So yeah, they ain't gonna improve in this. I can tell you that.
Microsoft lied to their consumers. Wow, that ain't new.
Yeah, imagine that.
Microsoft been lying to us since the 90s.
So we're seeing an average of, I just did the math. We're seeing an average based off this information. We're seeing an average of Call of Duty go up 15% year over year, right? So if you take 700 million in 2020, they're well over. I would say that 5 years times 15% of 700 million. Like God, here let's do the math. 700 times 0.15. That's just 105 million. Just off the 700 million, but it would be even further because then you got to take 15% off the 800 million. They're over $1 billion based off this data to make Call of Duty. So yes, even though their sales dwarf other games, yes, the other games would love to have Call of Duty sales, but they don't want Call of Duty's budget. Let me tell you guys something else too. That's why people need to pick up a fucking book or do something. Go to a digital library or something. Do you know how much it costs an oil company to make an oil rigger? No, you don't. About $3 billion. It cost them about $3 billion to make each oil rig that you see out there. It costs around $3 billion. Or I'm giving you old data because this is data from fucking I want to say 2009. Yep, because it's safe for me to say it now.
Double that right now.
This is the type of data that I deal in. So it takes an oil rig $3 billion to be made, only for that company within a year to 2 years time to make $7 billion from that, right? Mm-hmm. So let's just say, for instance, you know, somebody comes out with a TV company and they're like, well, I made $1 billion. And someone else says, well, it doesn't matter because ExxonMobil made $2 billion off their rig. It doesn't matter. $2 billion isn't enough. The oil rig it costs so much for the upkeep. They need to make more than $3 billion. They need to make $5 billion at least for it to be worth it. But again, because too many of y'all out there, particularly those that fall victim to all this this parasite, it's not even Xbox rhetoric, it's pro Phil Spencer rhetoric. Because y'all fall victim to it so much, y'all don't understand how things work in the world that you live in. The sales that Call of Duty gets have to be maintained at that level, or it's not even worth it, because it costs so much for it to be built and maintained. It just, so what happens is Jazz is not stupid. Jazz knows what he's doing. He is plaguing on the stupidity of others. Even if he gets pushback from people like me, it doesn't matter, because their stupidity is forever, because they're willingly stupid and they don't want to be educated. They just want to go, Phil. Y'all hate Phil. Why y'all hate Phil? That's all they want to do. So he's plaguing on that, because he has a divided interest in making sure that Xbox looks better than what it really is, period. So I'm not mad at him. It's a stupid sentiment, but that doesn't make him a stupid person. The stupid person is the person digesting it and not asking questions. Well, hold on. If everything is okay and if what Call of Duty is getting is so good right now, why is the price being slashed to $35? Have we seen this in the history of Call of Duty this close to launch? Have we ever seen this? They're doing free weekends. Why did they apologize? Anybody else with a working brain cell would ask those questions. Geek to Sneak says, COD been trashed a long time ago. Glad people are finally voting with their wallets. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's been trashed for a while, but you know, ball and gun gamers will ball and gun.
But how, Moss, how can this be? They said it's too big to fail.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe they don't know everything. Oh my gosh, they did say that. So yeah, I can no longer hold. Matter of fact, I'm kind of like Porter Rock on this. Porter Rock put a video out where he's like, "Look, man, if y'all don't understand what the prize, the creme de la creme of platform gaming was, it was to get the third party sales. It was to get the most sales, to make the most money. That's the creme de la creme. If you're not making the most money, then what the fuck are we doing here? We're celebrating because you have more joysticks? Are we celebrating because your machine is more power efficient? No, we celebrated who was making the most money. That's what all the people that were talking shit in the console war was about. That's what it was about. Who was making the most money? Now, there were parameters that help determine who's making the most money. Who has the better exclusives? Who has the better this? Who has the best this? Who has the best that? Right? There are different parameters, but you don't, like, for instance, okay, when the Kansas City Chiefs were winning Super Bowls back to back in 3 and 4 years, you can't just simply say, well, because they have a Patrick Mahomes, all we got to do is get a great quarterback and we're going to win the Super Bowl too. No, you got to look at whatever deficiencies you have as a team and pick up on those deficiencies. You could have a quarterback that's not even half the player of Patrick Mahomes. But if all your other players are that great and you can score more points than the Chiefs scored, then you win. That's it, essentially, in a nutshell. So sitting there saying, well, we got more first party games now. We won. No. That is the rope. I've been telling y'all this for several years. I've been telling y'all this before the generation even started. Y'all are playing a rope-a-dope game that the ponies have laid out for y'all. They got on y'all because they said they used the power narrative. Then they got on you because you didn't have exclusives. Then they got on you because you didn't have enough first party games. They kept sitting you in the circle of trail when the end game was always who was making the most money from their own platform. That was always the end game. Now, 99 times out of 100, that was based on console sales. The 360 PlayStation 3 era kind of was like a unicorn there, but it's who made the most money off their platform. And even with you going day and date pretty much everywhere for most of your stuff, you still are 8 billion behind PlayStation. You're still 8 billion behind PlayStation. And you're only that close now. You've only cracked the 20 million mark because you're on PlayStation. PlayStation doesn't need you. You need it. If Xbox said, you know what, screw it, we're not going to be on PlayStation and we're taking Call of Duty from PlayStation 2, it would crash and burn. Can you imagine if they did that and then Call of Duty was as trash as it was and then everybody would just be playing Battlefield 6 on PlayStation?
Everybody. I think that was the plan. I think that was the plan. I think Phil really planned on putting Call of Duty, making Call of Duty exclusive.
Oh, he was.
He went to Satya and he went to Satya. He's like, yeah, okay, Satya. He opened the books for Satya. Like, all right, so make it exclusive and what? Like, yeah, 75% of them Call of Duty get bought on PlayStation. So what you gonna do about that? What you mean? What I'm gonna do about that? You know what I mean? So we're making it exclusive. We do that 75% though.
Phil, Phil, sit. Have a seat, man. Have a seat. I gotta ask you a question, personal question. Nothing. Don't get upset. Don't get mad. Don't do that thing where you like squint and cry like a little girl. Don't do that. Let me just ask you. Are you fucking high, man? Get the fuck out of my office. Amy, come and get this dumb motherfucker.
You gonna put what on?
Yeah. Satya said, what? Amy opened them books, was like, the fuck you are. And after the motherfuckers bungled Bethesda, oh my God.
Oh,
and
man.
after Starfield, bro, because Starfield was supposed to be the game that pulled people to Xbox, right? It was in Game Pass day and date and Xbox this and that. That was supposed to be the game that did it, right? So after that failed to do what they needed it to do, after they spent $8 billion there, Amy's looking like, the fuck you are? And things are just, and speaking of Bethesda, which is, I was going to throw this in the next segment a little bit. Yeah, speaking of Bethesda, they demoted Tim Stewart from CFO of Xbox and put him in ZeniMax. Because ZeniMax must be doing so bad, so they threw his ass in there, demoted him, and then brought in a Microsoft person to take his place. So the Microsoftification of Xbox
continues.
Is going through. Motherfucker, are you high? Shit. Like, man, please. Stop it. You totally bungled Bethesda. You totally fucked that up. Fucked that up majorly. You think we're going to Activision, like you said, 75% of the sales? Man, are you crazy? So
I'm not the most astute businessman, right? But I always hesitated to one. If I owned Xbox or PlayStation, I wouldn't buy nothing that already comes on my system.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Don't that seem ass backwards? Why would
Yeah,
I buy
yeah.
anything that I'm getting anyway? Now I got the headache of making it and supporting it and frying it, and when I just sat back, got my 30% before. Why the hell would I buy something that's already come on my deal?
Just to rely on that product. Like, I could understand if you saw something from a third-party publisher or developer, but this new thing was like groundbreaking and crazy. Like, for instance, Fortnite. If you could have saw, that Fortnite was going to be as big as it was, and you bought Epic real quick before that came out, knowing how big Fortnite was going to be, that's different. But to buy them essentially for what's on your system now already, like you said, it's stupid. And that's why that just proves to you that the whole leadership at Xbox was just idiotic. They just as stupid as the fan base. Because it's not, let me just take these games that are already elsewhere and just make them exclusive here. That wasn't the thing. The thing is that your people needed to get better at creating experiences, at creating them that nobody else has. You buying up stuff doesn't show that you can create these experiences. It's not that PlayStation just got lucky and rolled the dice, came out with some good games, and now people are like, ooh, I love those games. A lot of the faith in PlayStation is that people believe that PlayStation is going to create some great shit. That's at the heart of it. So because they feel like PlayStation is going to create some great shit that I have yet to see, so that's why the hardcore flock to it. That's their secret sauce. And until Xbox can start with their studios creating great and influencing great shit that nobody else has seen, you can forget about it.
And the way PlayStation usually buy things, they usually get somebody, bring them in, make something new for them, right? You're gonna make an exclusive from the ground up for us, and then you're gonna make another one because you don't just get one chance with them. They want you to make 2, 3. Okay, now we want to buy you. Xbox just seemed like they was just trying to buy. They tried to do what they could do with every other market, just buy up everything, but still not understanding how the gaming market is and how much of it PlayStation is. You can't just cut them out, bruh. You can't. It's impossible just to cut them out because they own so much of the market. You want to talk too big to fail? That was PlayStation. Right? They own too much of the market. They are the gaming market. They are the gaming market right now. They are the gaming market. They number one. So you think you're gonna buy something, pluck that out, definitely up Bethesda. How good would Starfield would have sold if it was on PlayStation 2?
Oh yeah, and that's what Amy was looking at. I think they said that they lost potential 7 to 10 million sales or something like that. Here, I'll look that up. Yeah.
I am grateful for Xbox buying Bethesda because they fucked up Stadia so bad with this. After the fact, bro, I'm really grateful.
Oh, this dude he's a hater. He is a hater. Hater.
He always gotta get his shot in, don't he?
He is your body blow. How many sales? Dead.
Generational hater.
Xbox. Hey, estimate they lost by not putting Starfield. That's fucked up. Starfield. Hey, speaking of that real quick, I want to focus on that real quick. I was just thinking about this because every now and again I'll get people that'll like mention Stadia like it hurts me or some shit like that. I've been gaming for 40 years. Everything that I've played has died. Atari has died. Nintendo has died. Sega has died. Games platforms fucking die. Only a shriveled dick noob would sit there and get all worked up because a platform die. I don't care.
Atari is still in business. They're still making consoles.
Oh yeah, they can. Yeah, okay. Was it the Atari Android or whatever the hell that is? Or did that even release? Not putting Starfield.
I have no idea, but it was a Kickstarter or something.
Yeah,
right?
yep. It should. Yeah, yep. I forgot about that. Let me see. Oh, okay. They said it says estimated losses. Xbox estimated that Starfield and the upcoming Indiana Jones titles would have sold more than 10 million copies combined if they would have released on PlayStation 5. So they felt they lost $10 million by not putting them on PlayStation. No, not $10 million, 10 million copies, which you're looking at $700 million.
And then they put it free on Game Pass, the game of the generation.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's an even larger cannibalization. And I'm gonna ask that question on Game Pass day and date. Excuse me. While there's no public record, this is as testimonies. This is comparison. Okay. So they don't have money on, or there was no report on Starfield being on Game Pass. I knew there was about not putting it on PlayStation. It just brings up the Call of Duty comparison. But back to the Stadia thing real quick. Yeah, platforms are all the time. My thing with Stadia was the technology. I still think it was great technology. It's a shame that it hasn't been used. And really, Stadia got the last laugh on Xbox because they're the ones that forced them to not even be able to sell their own games in the cloud. Like Ubisoft, of all people, have the rights to Xbox games in the cloud. That is not what Satya Nadella wanted when he did this deal. He did not spend $75 billion or 69, and that turned to $75 billion for them to have to, pretty much be for the streets. That was not the plan. He is pissed. He is fucking hot. So really, Stadia got the last say. So I mean, if you got a Phil Spencer tattoo on your inner thigh, I would be quick. I would be slow in trying to act like you got one over on Stadia. You know what I'm saying? Stadia was a 3-year living project. Or a 3-year live project that the company was never 100% on. You had half of the people that thought it was the future. The other half of the company thought it was a waste of money. And the people that thought it was a waste of money ended up winning over. So they didn't spend billions upon billions they didn't write $100 billion check for Stadia. They cut their losses and went somewhere else and now are making money on the back end of other platforms. But the thing with Stadia that always cracked me up is I love my Stadia people. Most of them were cool people like Sean, Geek to Sneak, and all that other stuff. They got it. They were not sensitive, but there was a lot of sensitive bunch in there. And they used to be mad at me when I would let Cold Blood and Aminor run wild in the chat. They were mad. They used to hate them too, but I wonder where Aminor is at now. Aminor was a funny dude. I used to let them run wild in the chat. They be hating on them. Man, I'm gonna bet. I had to take people's rights, moderators' rights away, man. Them motherfuckers were hurt. They were hurt when Cold Blood and Aminor would show up. Oh man, those were good times.
He's still playing PlayStation.
Oh, is he?
I got him on a friend list.
Oh, No, that's what's up. That's what's up. If you ever chat with him, tell him I said what's up, man. I got to get his gamer tag. Those motherfuckers, they made our shows hilarious. People, and I podcasted with some people there that were upset. Because I would go back and forth with people. We would have fun. We always, shot the shit, and they kind of got coupled into that. And they were kind of upset. Here's the thing, though, man. Just two things you can do. You can either get into the foray or you can ignore them. You know what I mean? Just ignore it. There's no need to get all butthurt about it and scream talk. Oh, this is so toxic, and there's no need to do all that. People are just talking shit, and people are going to talk shit to the day that the earth implodes. But yeah, I just thought him bringing up Stadia, that just reminded me of when him and Amador used to come and harass the Stadia people and harass the Stadia people in the chat. Oh, they used to be so mad, bro. They used to be, what is this dog shit? Him and Amador would go back and forth, bro. They would be mad. Can we ban him, MM? Like, no, y'all gotta get thick skin. I'll never forget the time too, and I promise I'll get off of this and we'll talk about PlayStation. I remember the time too where, because as great as the tech was for Stadia, here's how I got super, I swear I'll make this super quick. There was a time period where I wasn't even going to do Stadia content. I was just interested. It was me, J-Dub, and Neethles, I remember. And I remember they had that sorry ass AMA. And I was like, oh, fuck, like I got to dump this. And I went to go cancel my pre-order, and they had just shipped it that day. I swear to you, I bullshit you not. I remember it was on a Sunday or something like that. And it said, your order was shipped. I said, fuck. You know what I'm saying? I said, okay, well, when it comes in, I'll test it. And when it came in and I tested it, and it worked 1,000 times better than people said, I was like, hold on. Why is everybody saying that it can't do this, it can't do that? I'm getting a different experience. And that's how my content grew from that. But I'm a gamer with a capital G. As much as I love Stadia and as much as it was my first place to go to, oh, you best believe I was getting a PlayStation 5 day one. And I think people are worked up about that. They're mad that I still didn't get an Xbox. Why? Why? Like, why do you have an Xbox? That I got a PlayStation day one, despite me, capping and flipping for Stadia. And the Stadia people, they were upset about, oh, they were hot. Well, I'm not getting a console. Okay, well, you missed out on a whole bunch of fire games. That's not my fucking problem, dude. That's not my. Oh, they were upset. Bro. I mean, one guy told me I might get a Switch, but I'm not getting anything else. Oh, hell with PlayStation. Okay, well, who has the creme de la creme awards? Who has the notoriety? Nothing against Stadia. I love the people at Stadia, not Alphabet or Google. I love the people at Stadia. Only person at Google that I like is Jack Buser. But the creme de la creme is PlayStation. You can't. That cannot be in your gaming portfolio if you're a serious gamer. If you're a noob, or if you are like, I don't know, a gimmick gamer or something like that, oh, sure. I'm not missing out on all these games. And it's not even about the PlayStation games. You're missing out on so many fire third-party games. It's ridiculous. Now, did I advocate for games to come to Stadia? Absolutely. But that don't mean that they're coming. I knew that. So and a lot of those people, and the only reason I'm bringing this up now is because a lot of those people are mad at me now because I didn't do a switcheroony like them. Like, I remember when we were doing Stadia content, bruh, because Xbox made it their business. Like, the PlayStation people used to talk shit, like Thrash and them would talk shit here and there, but they weren't focused on Stadia. Like, I remember being on, shout out to Thrash and Sick Humor. I remember I was on the podcast with them and somebody else that did Stadia content, and they were talking their shit. But Sick Humor brought up a great point. He was like, why would I listen to somebody with Stadia in their name about how good Stadia is? Like, he's like, nah, I don't trust it. And that was a great point. So shout out to them. But I remember creating content back then and just sitting there saying to myself, look, man, we're just here to cherish this technology. We feel like Stadia got the best version of the technology. It was the Xbox people under Phil Spencer's hypnotism that wanted to make Stadia their main enemy. So everybody fell suit. It wasn't the Stadia people coming after Xbox, but once they did that, there was kind of like this little mini war between Stadia and the Xbox people, right? And the Stadia people was relentless on Xbox. Now that Stadia is dead, those same people act like Xboxes drops golden plated turds. And they're mad at me that I didn't switch up with them. I don't switch up off my principle. I may have a principle that's not informed. And once it does get informed, I then change my horizons, or you know, once I get more educated on something, I may change my perspective, but I don't switch up my principle. Until Xbox creates better games, I don't want nothing.
Let me ask you a question, because I don't want you to go too far past that, because I gotta ask you a question. What Xbox one of the reasons why Stadia shut down?
Yeah, they are. Yeah. They first did it
How
with
you
Bethesda.
gonna go in if you love Stadia, bro? And just I remember you telling me that before. That's why I wanted to hurry up and jump in before you got off of that. That makes zero sense, bro.
I'm too principled. Okay. I'm sorry. And these new motherfuckers, I'm sorry, everybody gotta get this work today. These new motherfuckers that wanted to come at me, y'all too new for this shit, son. You know what I'm saying? Similac all over the breath. Just bumping up Gerber. Yeah, they're the reason that Stadia's gone. Yeah, cause y'all over there want to get horsey back rides by Phil Spencer and shit now. It can't be me. Like that one Top Dog Law commercial. Wouldn't be me. No, it's not. No, I'm not doing it. And it's not because they killed Stadia. It's they don't have anything of note over there. Everything that they do is sub-tier. They're cloud.
Yeah, so it got to be like a blind. So how are they giving them blind loyalty? See, people that had Xbox and always was Xbox, they got blind loyalty. That's whatever. But they were Stadia people, and Xbox came in and killed the thing that you love. And now you're giving Xbox blind loyalty.
Still ain't up to par to Stadia. Still don't. It's still these
crazy.
motherfuckers are still stuck on 1440p. But in their defense, to be fair, here's what I'll say: a lot of those people were budget gamers. Stadia attracted two types of people: people that were interested in the technology that it had, like the fact that you could just stream everywhere and get high fidelity streaming at 60 frames per second on a web browser, on a phone, on a watch, whatever. There was those the tech, and I fit under that umbrella. There was another umbrella of people that enjoyed Stadia because it gave you cheap gaming. For $10 a month, you can get access to these said games. You know what I'm saying? And you didn't have to buy a console. When Stadia died, those people sat there and said, well, the cheapest way for me to game again is to now go to Xbox, the one that who burnt my home, but it's still cheap. That's essentially what it was. It's still cheap. For $10 a month at the time, I get access to all these games, even though the quality is horrible, even though it's not as robust and it's not. And don't get me wrong, Xbox has made some strides in their cloud gaming, but it's still underperformed Stadia. And it's like triple the cost. Like, come on, bro.
It's not a good combination.
So,
That's not a good combination.
What I'm not saying is, oh, y'all ain't got no business liking Xbox. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, if y'all like Xbox, fine. I never get mad at people for what they like. My thing is, how are you mad at me? When my stance is the most principled stance. I haven't wavered. I wasn't fucking with Xbox before I came to Stadia, and I'm not fucking with them now because they haven't changed the quality of output. I came to Stadia because they had high quality streams. They had their technology was high quality when it came to cloud gaming. When Stadia died, I went to the next high quality version of cloud gaming, which is GeForce Now Ultimate. And what I can say today is GeForce Now Ultimate today is better as far as quality is concerned than what Stadia was done. There's still some things that Stadia was doing that they didn't do, but for the most part, their quality is unmatched from what Stadia put out there. So I went up as far as my principles were concerned. Y'all went down. I'm okay with that. That's fine. But y'all are mad at me because I don't go down on my principle. Please. Please. Yeah. Rule of the day. Geek to Sneak says, I believe Microsoft is just trying to be a giant when it comes to gaming. If you want to game, go through us, which equates to more money. Well, it would if you didn't have to absorb the costs that's associated with said company, and now you're underperforming. Like, ever since Xbox absorbed ABK, they've been underperforming with ABK in totality. The only thing that they didn't underperform with was Black Ops 6 last year. But then they undercut themselves at the knees by putting it day and date in Game Pass, where they lost $300 million. So overall, because when you combine, look, like before Xbox bought ABK, Xbox was bringing in like 15 billion, right? I think 16 billion. ABK is worth 9 billion. When their last quarterly or their last annual financials, Xbox made 23 billion. Let's do the math. What's 9 plus 16? What's 9 plus 16?
I think that's 25, brother. You know, just
see what I'm saying? When people in this community just aren't smart or lack any sensible acumen to just numbers and shit. Some of y'all need Sesame. Instead of playing games, y'all should just be watching Sesame Street 24 hours.
Oh,
how they just gonna get their 70 billion back, or how long that they thought it's gonna be.
No. The problem is it's a reading comprehension. It's always reading comprehension.
It's really cool. You know what? Like I said, everybody's getting this work. Shout out to Fonzarelli. Fonz, I love you, but bro, you got to follow on that sword, man. Fonzarelli has always been a cool cat with me, even personally. But Fonz, you got to follow on that sword. Colt did it. You got to follow on that sword, Fonz. No, Xbox doesn't have to do anything. It's a reading comprehension. Fonz, you gotta shake that off, man. You gotta get on your Taylor Swift and shake that off, bro. You can't beat the allegations till you do that, man. Shout out to Fonzarelli, that's a homie. He always been good to me behind the scenes, but yo, you can't. He try to make that pivot, but Xbox. He sound like the old Fonzarelli from a gaming perspective that I could respect. But bro, you gotta shake that off. Like when Stadia died, and again, we're done with Stadia, but when Stadia died, I went live. All I needed was an hour, and I was coming down with COVID. You couldn't tell in that stream I was coming down with COVID. I was coming down with COVID. I went live that day. An hour after Stadia died, and fell on that sword and gave and not only apologized but gave props to the Dead by Google guy. I said, "Ain't that a bitch?" Here I was the fraud, and Dead by Google guy was.
You never gave me my props. You never gave me my props.
And I never will, motherfucker. But yeah, is it up?
I loved every second of that. Trust me.
Oh man. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, it's just funny things, and I had to call it out across the board because people would like to. They love to run narratives. Oh, you're only doing this because of that. Look at my stances, bro. I did come into the game pro Xbox. That's because I believe Xbox was providing me the experiences that I was looking for. I just felt like they fell on their keister a little bit, and they had to get it back in order. But once I saw what Phil Spencer was doing to the brand, oh no, traded in my Scorpio edition Xbox and all that other shit, traded all my Xbox shit, and got me a fucking PlayStation 5. Day one. I didn't fall off my principles at all. You provide me with great gaming experiences that enthrall me consistently, you will get my support. And Xbox didn't do that. And they won't do that under Phil Spencer.
What was the first PlayStation game to make you think you was about to switch over?
I'll tell you the first PlayStation game that cracked through was God of War 2018. It's on this channel. God of War 2018, because I remember, shout out to the homie Cold Blood's homeboy. What's it? Noah. Shout out to the homie Noah. Noah had bought it.
My homeboy.
Yeah, you know I'm fucking with you. Like Cold Blood insider, Cold Blood. So Noah had it, and I was full Xbot, bro. I was full Xbot, and I was like, "Oh fuck you, Noah! Why you getting that dog shit, man? This and that. It's just it's an animated cinematic movie." I was on my full Xbot, right? So Noah's like, "Nah, boss, I hate to tell you, man, Xbox they're not dropping shit like this, bro. Like, this is a whole nother level." I'm like, "Man, shut up, man. You just cornball ass motherfucker, man. Blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "Look, I'm gonna show you, Noah. I'm gonna show the world." So I got on my stunt gear. I went to Aaron's. I was like, "I'm gonna show the world." I went to Aaron's and rented a PlayStation 4 because I didn't have one at the time. And I said, I'm going to show y'all why y'all don't need to buy a PlayStation. I'm going to beat God of War in 3 days, rent a PlayStation for $21 1 week, get God of War for Game Pass. I mean, not Game Pass, from GameFly, and return this motherfucker in 3 days and just show you why it's just fodder, right? Don't you know I had that motherfucking PlayStation for like four months? Had that PlayStation for 4 months, and I did.
You probably done bought 2 PlayStation 4s by then playing damn errands.
Thank you.
What the hell?
Yes, absolutely. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do it next week. I'm gonna do it next week. Just kept playing God of War. I got the mainstreams where I wasn't just like grinding and shit. I got the mainstreams on the channel from beginning to end. For me, and then when I finished the game, you could just hear me slurping and burping that motherfucker. So I was like, okay. I'm like, fuck. Then that's when I was like, man, fuck Naughty Dog. I was on my shit. Fuck Naughty. I still had my body in me. I still had my doubt. Fuck Naughty Dog, man. These motherfuckers at Santa Monica, they the real studio. Everything else at PlayStation is trash, man. Fuck Santa Monica. Then Last of Us 2 came Yo! What? Because mind you, I really wasn't a big fan of Uncharted. Didn't like the Uncharted games. Now, I like 2, but all the other ones didn't like them at all. But I got that Last of Us 2. It was a wrap. Last of Us 2 made me get a PlayStation 4 Pro. Oh, they were mad at me, bro. But that wasn't the game that made me switch to playing PlayStation as my main console. Because I had it 3 ways. I had PC, console, and cloud. Cloud was my main on the cloud was Stadia. My main on console was PlayStation, and then it was just PC. That was how I looked at it as a portfolio. The game that really just under 10 hours, the game that really made me like, holy no, something's happening at PlayStation, bro, that I've been sleeping on, or whether it's new or I've been sleeping on it, I got to get with the team, was Ghost of Tsushima. When I played Ghost of Tsushima, I played at a friend's house. I played Ghost of Tsushima. I said, hey, yo, what the fuck is this? What is going on here? Like, no, this can't be happening. And I was like, nah, it's a wrap. PlayStation 5 day one. And that day I decided I was trading in my Xbox and I was getting a PlayStation 5. I decided that day. Yep. I couldn't believe it.
So Ghost was the one.
Yeah, Ghost finally did it. Like the shell, because the shell was hard, bro. I was like a lot of these bots out here that didn't want to give PlayStation a chance. I was mad at Noah. I was really like me and this dude would have been fighting in the street. That's how indoctrinated you get over there, bro. Me and this dude was going to fight. If I saw this dude real life, me and him was going to be rolling on the ground when I found out that he was playing God of War and enjoying. He was streaming it, and oh, this is the shit, man. I'm like, man, fuck that game, Noah. Wait till I see you out. Wait till I see you at your car. I was going to fight, man. That's how mad I was. And I was like, no, I'm gonna prove something to y'all. I'm gonna show y'all.
Your problem was Neff. You had Neff in your team. That motherfucker been brainwashing you so much with the Xbox.
No, believe it or not, yo, all jokes aside, Neff was trying to tell me too behind it. He wasn't gonna say nothing live on here. Neff was trying to tell me too. I was like fully indoctrinated, bro. He was trying to tell, he's like, Moss, no. He's like, Moss, he's like, I know we creating our content. He's like, dude, you're too into. He's like, bro, you're too into this, man. He's like, I'm telling you right now. You're creating headcanon. PlayStation got some fire shit over there. Man, fuck PlayStation. I don't need to. I was like, this shit just me and some of his homies. I ain't gonna name their names, but it was some of Nethel's homies, and he shied away from them because he was like, these motherfuckers is too extreme. And he kept trying to tell me, he's like, no, I'm telling you, they got fire over there. He's like, yeah, I know we get on the mic and we talk all shit, but I'm sitting there telling you, PlayStation got some fire. I'm like, Lethals, I don't believe you. I'm not trying to hear you. And that's why that's why they're mad at me. That's why a lot of them Xbots are mad at me too, because I'm letting out their secrets. These motherfuckers, they would rather cut off their nose and their right thumb before they play a PlayStation game. They will not do it. Or if they play it and they know they like it, they mentally they're brainwashing themselves not to like it. That's how serious it is.
Sound like kids move.
Bro, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. They are dead ass that they're not going to like these games. That's why a lot of them are mad at me. I was sitting there telling their secrets. But Nethel's behind the scenes.
I always wondered what was the game to make you switch over. It had to be a moment.
It was a trifecta. What cracked the shell, what cracked the dome was God of War 2018. That's what cracked the dome. What opened the slice that you could walk through was Last of Us 2. And and the final crack that just made it all crumble was Ghost of Tsushima. I said, what the fuck? Hold on. No, these are 3 PlayStation games back to back to back. Oh my, no. First party games at that. No. I couldn't, bruh. I was like going through it mentally. Like I couldn't understand what was happening. This shit. Like, no. Like, just imagine you go into a store, you come out 5 minutes later, your car is sitting on bricks. You're like, oh, hold on, what happened? Hold on. I just went in there 5 minutes and got a latte. What the hell is that? Bruh, I couldn't believe it. I was like, nope, that's it. I've been denying myself, man. I'm getting the fuck out of here, which is Xbox. I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm trading all this shit. Got all my games together, got my system together, ran to GameStop. And put that shit on my PlayStation 5, bro. I had a day one edition PlayStation 5. I had a day one edition. Yep, until I traded it in for this Pro.
Cold Blood always been PlayStation, so
he always been PlayStation. Like he wasn't fuck with the 360 either. Now 360 is still my favorite out of the current genres of games. 360 is still my favorite, but he wasn't feeling PlayStation. I mean, he wasn't feeling anything but PlayStation.
I actually switched off PlayStation during the 360 era.
Did you? A lot of people did.
I was a big PlayStation guy.
Uh-huh.
And then I saw like Mass Effect, man. All they was coming out with some shit, man.
Yep.
And I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yep.
And then I didn't get a PS3 to the end. I played the fucking Last of Us, bro.
Yep. Yep.
And I saw somebody playing the Last of Us. And said,
yep. A lot of people did.
That's when
J-Dub did.
Yeah.
You know, J-Dub did too. A lot of people. Yeah. The 360 was just a bunch of PlayStation dudes that defected. And then when they saw that Xbox was on some bullshit, they just went back. They said, "Oh, fuck that." And they just went back. And
that's how I knew.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, bro. No,
I was gonna say even I didn't realize that because I was like, why is everybody just? But I didn't realize that these were like soft 360 gamers. They were only they weren't Xbox fans. They were 360 fans. You understand what I'm saying? And they weren't really sold in all the way on Xbox. They just felt like PlayStation was fucking up with the PS3. They went to the Xbox, enjoyed themselves, and now the time is done. You know what I'm saying? They're going back home. You know what I mean?
I realized I wasn't a fanboy of any. How easily I went from the PlayStation 2 to the Xbox 360, and I went back to the PlayStation. I'm a consumer. I work hard as hell for my money, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't mind paying for a good steak long it tastes like a good steak. You know, I don't mind playing for games. I never complain about gaming prices and that too much long. I get what I feel as though I need out of them, but I'm a consumer first, man. If PlayStation start acting up and whatever new system come out, I will leave PlayStation.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Consumer. I am a consumer first. Do not play around. But it looked like PlayStation saw that and said, "Oh, hell no."
Yeah.
They went through their PS3 era, but eras like that usually kill.
We kill a console. Almost killed them.
They got a chance to bounce back, and so, you know, but yeah, I'm a consumer first, man. I don't have no blind loyalty, because they damn sure don't got no blind loyalty to me. You know, they in my pockets every chance they get.
Here's what people don't realize. I hear a lot, oh, the PlayStation 4 only got its lead first because Xbox fucked up. Isn't that the story of the 360? Like, nothing to take away from the 360, but they only got that chance because PlayStation fucked up. If PlayStation doesn't fuck up, they don't get that chance. It's just another great console that just gets heavily outsold. That's all. So that's part of the game. Everybody has a fuck up.
That is part of the game.
Nintendo fucked up, and that's how
Nintendo had a fuck up. Nintendo fucked up, and PlayStation slit their throat, bruh. You will not come back in this living room ever again. You done messed up right there. They was waiting for Nintendo to stumble. Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Because I actually was a Nintendo guy first. I guess everybody was, right? I was actually a big Nintendo guy first, and I'm walking through Toys R Us, bro. And Nintendo was the big Final Fantasy. I'm a big RPG. That's why I'm so stickler on what's an RPG and what's not an RPG. Because I'm a big RPG. I think I played more RPGs than anything, to be honest. I'm a big role-playing game guy. So I'm walking through Toys R Us, and I know a lot of the young people probably don't even know what the hell a Toys R Us is, but I'm walking through Toys R Us, and I'm looked at the screen, and PlayStation and Final Fantasy 7, or OG Final Fantasy 7. You see the summons coming down, and you know they had the disc graphics, so they wasn't all, you know, sprites all over the place, and it just ran so much smoother. That's when I left Nintendo and went to PlayStation.
See, I was everywhere. I was ColecoVision, Atari, fucking Commodore 64. Then I was then things cooled off with console gaming, so I was at the arcade. Then Nintendo came out, the NES, I was Nintendo. Then the Genesis came out. I was big time Genesis. That's when that was the first system I was a fanboy for, was the Genesis, because Genesis and Super Nintendo used to go at it. So I was big on Genesis, even though we would play both. Like my cousin who lived up the street from me had a Super Nintendo. I had the Genesis. We would talk shit in school, but then go home and play. All right, we going to your house to play Super Nintendo, NBA Jam, or we coming to my house to go play Joe Montana football. You know what I'm saying? We would switch off.
Oh, Joe Montana football. That was before its time, bro. Bro, that's still better than Madden sometimes to me, man.
Yep. Love that game. And then when the Saturn came out, I was big on it. So then I was like, I'm sticking with Sega. Sega's my shit. I started sticking. Even though I hated Sonic, I was sticking with Sega. And then the Saturn came out, that kind of fizzled. Even though they had some working designs, had some great RPGs there. That's when I first ran into Luna there. The Lunar games, but they weren't complete. And then there was I forgot other games that were there. And then I took a break from gaming. Then I came back. I had the Dreamcast for a while, for a split second. Then Dreamcast died. Then I went and got the GameCube, the Xbox, and the PlayStation 2 all at the same time. And then the rest is history as far as my current gen gaming. GameCube game, actually out of the three, my favorite was the GameCube because of the Nintendo games at the time. And then the GameCube died, and so then I just went to I was just trying my because I didn't really like Xbox. I didn't like that Duke controller. Duke controller was trash. I couldn't play that, so I just happened to have the Xbox there because they had better graphics and shit, but I couldn't play the games there. But then when they came out with when they changed the controller, then I went to Xbox, and I was with the OG Xbox. And then I was with the 360. Even though I had a PlayStation 2. I had a PlayStation 3 like here and there. Like I would get them for games like both of the Infamous games. I got them. All the Uncharted 1 through 3. I just went and bought a PlayStation 3. Once I beat the game, sold it. You know what I'm saying? And then I went to Xbox One for the majority of the generation until I got my PlayStation in 2018. Well, I rented it first, and then I ended up buying it in 2019. Yeah.
So, that was your PlayStation, man. That was yours, man. Mm-hmm. You kept it for that long. That was your PlayStation.
This is Nintendo now in this modern era is the only console with true exclusive now. That is true.
That's true.
Let's see here. It's why I want Switch 2 as well, as PC, as PlayStation, Xbox don't do much for me as a consumer anymore. I did want to Switch 2, but they fucked up. No, I don't. And I love Metroid, but I'm not getting that shit, man.
They said that PlayStation don't do nothing for you as a consumer anymore.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
What?
Yeah, I can't hack it. I can't hack it.
That's that console war talk. Oh, if it's not exclusive, it ain't good. No, bruh. Like, as a consumer, why do you really care? Like, other than development times, which PlayStation don't mess with. That's one thing they don't mess with. They still, nothing's day and date nowhere else, blah, blah, blah. So they don't really mess with development times. Other than that, why do you really care as a consumer if somebody else, unless you're doing console war, which is perfectly fine. That's fun. That's part of the game in console war, you know. If you're not doing console war, why do you really care? As a consumer, how does that work against you that PlayStation puts its stuff on PC a year later? Unless you're a PC player.
Yeah. Like if you
right?
go ahead.
I'm just saying, like, right? Am I missing something? Like, unless you're a PC player, only way you can be pissed at PlayStation and they don't do nothing for you because the games come out a year later, you don't want to play an old game. But if you have a PlayStation and get their games and 90% of other games, because most games come on PlayStation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's delayed, they still come on PlayStation. How is a consumer they're not doing enough for you if you already own a PlayStation? Or did I misconstrue what he said?
No, I mean, I don't know if he's saying all that. What I will say, he says, no, not at all. Console wars just retarded all the way around, consumer-wise. Here's what I will say. The only way it could affect you is if all the hardcore, it's like Xbox. If like when games start going that's day and date though. But if games go too fast to PC and all your hardcore people leave your console, you know what I mean? Then you're going to end up having to do what what Xbox did, which is, now I got to lean more on PC, and that's more that you're stripping away from the console. So I hope that PlayStation has learned its lesson and they don't go too far soon to PC, because it will have a cascading effect on console. I used to say that
really? Oh, Dr. D said he talked to somebody in PlayStation. So once they said that they weren't going to do no more PC, he went there and said, no, that's not true. They still going to go to PC.
Yeah.
But he said it's a bet. If you ask, he asked the guy, would y'all ever go day and date? He said they will vote to get off of PC before they will vote to go day and date on PC. If it was an option of which one one of the extremes they would do, they will go off of PC before they would go date and date them.
Here's what I'll say about that. You're talking about what Detective sees, and I have nothing against Detective sees.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
His last leak raised some bells to me, and I took it to other people that I know have inside information as well. I know he knows somebody on the inside. You could tell that he knows somebody on the inside, but and it raised alarm bells with them too, because of some of the things that were being revealed. Let me make it very clear. I'm not saying that he's making any of this stuff up. It's like the people that for the show, the Game Awards, they were saying, oh yeah, Half-Life is going to be there, and and other things that they were revealing that normally had good inside information, and they were totally wrong. There's the word around town is that these game companies are putting out false information to certain people to try to catch leakers. Like I just saw somebody post about that. Yeah, and I think that was part of that. Okay. That's my guess. Again, I could be wrong. What he could be saying could be accurate from the person that told it to him. But I'm not saying that he made that up. No, I believe that he was told that verbatim. I just think that the information may be flawed somewhere in the communication chain. We'll see. I could be wrong. Who knows? I don't put and I'm not saying that because I'm trying to cope with play. I don't put nothing past to Toki. I really don't. But it's just something about that piece of it that just a lot of people looked at that and they're like, I don't know. High on Life says he throws crap at the wall and hopes to land something. He got caught off for the post too. Who gives up their sources? Like, yeah, that was the thing. Honestly, that's the thing that people are looking at like, nah, something just ain't right here. Normally a source doesn't want to be pinpointed like that. And if a source wants to be pinpointed like that, like, number one, are they truly a source? Like, did they just like come stumble across some information, forward it to you, make themselves seem like a source, and now they're they appreciate the fame, so now they're willing to put their job at risk? I don't see it. And I asked somebody about this, and they said they just don't see it either. They don't know. I don't see someone from PlayStation being that transparent about leaking information that hasn't come from corporate, that wasn't announced in a corporate forum to someone in the community like that. Having a sit-down interview with Jeff Grubb or Jason Schreier, or even if you have a sit-down interview with a YouTuber, that's understandable. Like, I know legitimate stand-up YouTubers and journalists. Like, remember, y'all, I was telling y'all there was a bunch of not a bunch, but there was a few journalists that were at PlayStation events that told me about the stuff that they saw that PlayStation showed them that we have yet to see or was held back or whatever, right? Or it could have been canceled, who knows, that they were excited about. And they're like, we're wondering why they don't show it. There have been those type of people that PlayStation has trusted and flown them out and shown them shit. That they had interviews lined up with PlayStation, and just out of nowhere, because of concerns of confidentiality, PlayStation would just cancel the interview. PlayStation is very tight-lipped and very close to the vest, and they don't like these leaks. And for someone to come out to, I hate to say it, to a Twitter entity, someone that's on Twitter that happens to have a YouTube channel like this, that does without the corporate leash, seems very uncommon. It could be something new that they're trying, who knows? But people are just saying it just looks real peculiar and uncommon. So I would just take it with a grain of salt, not because of the person, but it could be the sources that are ultimately the problem. So, yep. All right. Before we get out of here, almost been here for 4 hours. Before we get out of here, final question for both of y'all. What do y'all think about PlayStation getting a Goose-egg at the Game Awards? Xbox, they're sitting there jumping for joy. You know,
oh my goodness,
because they got 2 awards. PlayStation got none. What are you guys' thoughts about that?
They got the best glove awards and the best sunglasses.
The best.
And then they bragging. Like, what the hell is going on? Like, what are we doing? Those awards was real awards.
Oh, yeah.
Yo, like, oh my goodness. They gotta hold on whatever. Coming in now, they in 4th place, you know, to the T-Boo Wii. You feel what I'm saying? So if I was in the 4th place, I'd grab whatever I could, you know, hold on to.
Goodness.
I don't mind.
Yeah. Look, I'm not mad. Before I go, Cold Blood. What are your thoughts if Cold Blood ain't passed out somewhere? Oh yeah, he's muted. Yeah, me personally, look. We know, let's be honest, we know that if it was the other way around, if PlayStation would have won any awards and the Xbox people won none, we'd have given them heat about it.
We'd have
shit talking. We'd have been shit talking on them. So I'm not mad at them for it, but I just, look, they got to get a win. I mean, the last several months for Xbox has been dog shit. We already talked about Call of Duty Black Ops being $3.50 right now. Fucking Tim Stewart just got demoted. God damn it. What else? Steam done stole Xbox's lunch on the PC hybrid market. Jesus Christ. Price hikes that makes, which I got a funny story, bro. Me and a good friend of mine's, we were at a Best Buy because we were just looking, just browsing electronics. And so my friend is actually, he's not an X-bot, but he prefers Xbox. He's still stuck in the 360 days. He doesn't understand what has transpired since the 360 days. So he has Xbox. All his kids got Xboxes in the house. But he has a Series X. So we're sitting there at Best Buy and there's a guy in line and he's buying a Series S. And we were just looking at the Series S. And because my friend this is how casual he is. He's never seen the Series S before. He's never seen it. Or if he saw it, he didn't know what the fuck it was. So he's like, so when we passed it in the aisle, he's like, what the fuck is that? I'm like, oh, that's the Xbox Series S. And I was explaining to him. He's like, why the fuck is it so high? And then he looked at the series. I was like, why is the Series X so high now? And I had to break it down to him. So we're in line, and this dude is buying a Series S or whatever, right? So my friend was like, why the fuck is he? Why is he buying that? What the hell? He'd be better off buying the PlayStation. So it's like even Xbox consumers realize that right now, if you're buying a console for the first time, you should be buying a PlayStation. Because even though he prefers Xbox, he knows the prices are too high. And if you're going to pay that price, you might as well get you a base PlayStation 5. So, but yeah, I'm not mad at them. It's just that they've been having a run of bad luck. Let them have a little cracker here and there, just to, keep their stomach from growling for a couple of minutes. Because it's about to get rough, bro. If you're an Xbox fan, it's about to get rough. When I mean Xbox, I mean Xbox platform fan. I don't care if you're a fan of their third party selling games on PlayStation. I'm talking about the Xbox platform. If you're an Xbox platform fan, you're about to have a rough 2026. Because unless they push Grand Theft Auto back to 2027, you are up shit's creek. You're already losing. You're going to have a horrible
20
holiday.
million. That's
Bruh.
20 million PlayStation 5 sold.
Bruh.
Great GTA drop? Man, that's 20 million. That's 20 million.
It's a wrap.
Easy. So, easy.
It's a wrap.
Easy.
Over. It's a wrap. I don't know what else to tell anybody. 2020. I think 2026 is going to be kind of rough on the Xbox platform side anyway. And a lot of you said, but who cares? Y'all don't have PCs, man. Shut the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? And y'all are not replacing your platform experience for the cloud. I get that some of you are using the cloud as an extension of your platform experience, but ain't none of y'all like gaming on the cloud all like that. Or having it replace your native gaming. No. So
and the price of PCs is going to be
oh my God, that's what I'm saying. Oh
if
my God.
you didn't switch already, you in trouble.
Yep. Yuppers. All y'all going to do is y'all going to go to the way of Dark. Where he was an Xbox, guy, right? Then he went to Xbox on PC, and then now he's a Steam guy. I mean, he still says, "Oh, I'm gaming on the Xbox." Yeah, he's a Steam dude. Doc is a Steam guy. He just did it, but he just showed y'all the blueprint for the rest of y'all did it. Well, I think 70. You're still going to have like that diehard 5 to 10 million that are like me in the beginning half of 2018. Oh hell no, ready to fight his friends because they're playing God of War. You're going to have that 5 to 10 million that are diehard Xbox that will be on PC rather than play. But everybody else is going to PlayStation. Everybody else is going to PlayStation. Oh no, we were asking you, what did you think about PlayStation getting a Goose-egg at the Game Awards and Xbox getting 2 awards? What's your thoughts on that?
I mean, Xbox got the Reject Award, so whatever. Who gives a shit? They didn't get a single award that is actually, what do you call it, something that makes the game much better than the rest. Like, not really. Like
accessibility.
Yeah, accessibility. Okay, so people that have problems can play the game, and Doom won that. Like, huh? Like, that makes no fucking sense at all. And then Games for Impact, like, what the fuck is that? What is it impacting? Who is it impacting?
So if you ask me, it sounds like that you're anti-family. That you can because now you hating on the family because you know y'all weren't supposed to laugh like that. Shit. Yeah.
No, I mean, if PlayStation dudes are mad that Expedition won everything, sorry, it just did. In most people's eyes, Expedition just it outclassed everything this year in all categories.
Yeah, but they were wrong.
Well, what do you think about? What do you think? Your Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 guy. You think it was a better RPG than Kingdom Come Deliverance 2?
Brother, it doesn't matter what I think, right? At the end of the day, people voted. People voted. No, people voted.
Answer the fucking question. Do you think? That was the question. He didn't ask did they think. He asked you did you
in the combat, if we talk combat, yes, Expedition is a much better game than Kingdom Come.
Combat?
By far. Yes.
They used the Mario RPG formula.
So what? It's great, bro. Don't take it away from the game.
Event. No. Let me tell you something. If any game got quick time events, motherfuckers kill it. They hate quick time events. That whole game was one big ass quick time event. You can't move left or right. You gotta sit there, hold the button, and then press the button right on. They just ain't come up with no damn emblems. It's a fucking quick
I was not
event.
finished yet. What are you talking, bro? I was not finished yet.
They revolutionized everything. No, they didn't, man. They gave you some quick time events.
Did I say revolutionized? No.
You said
I said the combat was great.
Better. That's not great
absolutely
combat.
It was bad combat.
Great combat, man. That's what you tell them. Quick time events is great combat.
Hit that like button.
Okay. If you think so, okay. It's your opinion, right?
What is a quick time? You don't know. A quick time event is when you got to hit a button at a certain time.
No, Juice. No.
You couldn't
I
move
ain't
left or
gonna
right.
argue.
Listen.
I answered your question.
It's not like
I'm not gonna argue with you.
Or something where you can roll out the wet. Listen, it was all quick time events. When they came to hit you, you had to hit the button at the right time, right? You couldn't do nothing else but hit the button at the right time, right? It was no other action you can do.
So you do it in Kingdom Come too. You have to hit the button at the exact time.
So I can't go back. I can't run. I can't sit my dog on it. I can't shoot it with a bow and arrow.
What is your point now? So the turn-based is for you by default shit or what? That's the point now or what?
What?
Yeah, that's what I ask you. Is turn-based for you by default shit or what?
No, but I don't say it got great combat. It don't have better combat than a first-person open world game. I would never say that Final Fantasy VII combat was better than whatever. No. The original Final Fantasy VII combat was better than Doom back then. No, you would never say that. Nobody ever said that in the history of life before. And now all of a sudden now, because everybody want to glaze Exhibition 33, now they get the best combat? Are you serious?
Yes, I am very serious.
It's a quick time event.
Yeah. By the way, this is Juice and Cold Blood all day. If you want some more of this, please join our Discord. You can get a lot of entertaining conversations.
People talk. Everybody that said that's the best, it's revolutionized. Must be 25 and under, man. I'm telling you, I've been doing that since Mario RPG. They try to hit Mario, hit the button. right time, you blocked it. You know? Now all of a sudden, now, oh my goodness, you see this? Whoa, this studio here, man. They got these quick time events, and they revolutionized gaming. Just tell the truth. Y'all like the songs and the story, and y'all hyped up everything else.
No, actually, I am giving story to Kingdom Come. You did not even let me speak, but whatever. I am not going to argue with you. It's your opinion, whatever.
That call out bullshit.
Well, folks, that was today's show. We left you with a firecracker. No, yeah, we originally were talking about the Goose-egg the PlayStation got versus the two awards that Xbox received and the celebration that they're doing. Let them have it. Let them have it. It's going to be a rough 2026 for the Xbox fanboy. Let them celebrate it. Don't be sour pussies. Let them do it. All right, y'all. I got to get out of here because I got to cook dinner before I go in today. Yes, I got to go in after a foot and a half of snow has been dropped here, but we will check you guys out later. And again, follow us on twitch.tv/HNDC twitch.tv/HNDC TV. Matter of fact, let me put it up on the screen for y'all right now so y'all can see it. That's where I will try to do a weekly stream, and then we'll chop it up over here on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. HNDC. Also, too, we're going to have new members content this week as well. Here it goes right here. All right, hold on, Cat. Wait one goddamn minute. Okay, here we go. So this is HNDC TV, Hard Knock Digital Culture. Oh, Jesus. Check us out over on twitch.tv. All right, we're out of here, folks. Till next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.